Good evening, Brawlhalla. The weekend, the day, the moment is finally upon us because we are with a Trolli this weekend. Let me get it framed there. There we go. We're with Trolli this weekend. We are throwing down, with the help of Trolli and Brawlhalla, a $3,000 prize pool for the weekend. $1,500 for today and $1,500 tomorrow. The bracket is shaping up to be an absolute banger. I am Slow Motion. I am here with my boy Hackle. What are we doing, homie? How are you?
I am absolutely stoked for this, to be here for the League Trolli Brawlhalla Bash. The bracket, as you said, is starting to heat up a bit, and we have some really stacked teams here coming in for the top 8 where we'll be starting. Can you tell me a little bit about what we got going on that winner's side of top 8 there, Slow Mo?
We got Java and Fakey going to be going up against Pugsy and Wubs. And we got some teams that are starting to trickle in to the top 8 on elimination side, but we're going to save that because we have plenty of action to get through on the top side first. And I want to focus on the action in front of us today, Hackle. Like we said, we got Luna and Snowy going up a bit against Faison and Cody Travis. You can peep out the stats right there. These two teams, I mean, they don't even need any introduction. We don't even need to see the stats. We know that everybody's good at Brawlhalla. I mean, we've seen these teams time and time again. But, you know, here we go. The Trolli Brawlhalla Bash. These guys facing off. Going to be our first game on stream and our first game of our top 8.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very pleased to see Faison and Cody coming into top 8 on the winner's side for once, because recently Cody did take a large break from the game due to personal works issues and so on. And so for a period of time, Faison was looking around for new teammates, and seeing him come back to teaming with Cody and finding immediate success is really great. Although we do see the set count there is 2-0 in favor of Luna and Snowy, who are one of the most dominant teams in North America right now. So, I mean, Faison and Cody definitely have their work cut out for them going into this first set.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they did well in summer championships. I mean, they ended up getting 9th. I mean, they weren't quite able to make out that top 8, but I mean, it's a tried and true team. They've been around since the dawn of Brawlhalla, it seems. But we do see that set count. It is a little rough, but today is a new day. It is Brawlhalla. Anything can happen. And I mean, Faison and Cody have been playing amazingly, but yet so have Luna and Snowy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Luna and Snowy didn't perform quite as you would have expected for them in summer. I mean, we're coming off the back of a very interesting summer twos that we had just a little bit ago, where Luna and Snowy came out in 3rd, and two teams that nobody really expected to make it into the top 3 got 1st and 2nd, namely one of which is going to be Java and Fakey, which is among the set we have coming off of this one, who actually took the win in summer 2v2s. Unbeknownst to everyone, nobody really saw that coming, and so Luna and Snowy might be struggling a little bit to keep up with some of the newer blood that's pushing their way into the scene right here, and that's what makes Brawlhalla such an amazing game, is that the scene is just constantly changing. There's always these new teams coming in and shaking up the scene.
Oh man, it's every region right now too. I mean, we talk about the new and the old school Brawlhalla players, and it's just we keep having these names that we would see in community tournaments last couple years, and now they're starting to earn their spots in the higher ranks. You know, we saw who was it, Anime, and who was he playing with over the week last week? Hideaway. You know what I mean? Anime fan have been an absolute demon out in the community tournaments. You know, bringing somebody like Hideaway along and absolutely stirring up the bracket. That is what Brawlhalla Esports is all about. But we have talked about it enough. We're ready. I think the players are ready. Very first stream match of the League Trolli Brawlhalla Bash. A lot of work has gone into this one, and this is going to be a awesome tournament. I'm ready to get things going.
Absolutely, and right off the bat here, I'm starting my mental counter, chat. We have our first Chronics coming into the tournament. Game 1, and we get a Chronics. Luna and Snowy, some of the biggest pioneers of this team comp. The Cross and Onyx doing a lot of work in, especially North America recently. Actually, Phazon locking in the Onyx as well, which is a bit unusual for him. We usually see him play a Spear Legend alongside Cody Travis on the tried and true Barraza, the one legend that he is known the most for. He's the Barraza guy. That's what Cody is. He's been the Barraza player for the longest time, and an absolute demon in twos. So I'm really excited to see how this goes.
No, I don't even think Cody even realizes that there's like 55 other characters in the game, but that's okay. I mean, he sticks to what works. I mean, he is the Blaster Demon, and we're going to see what they can do. Break it off against Red Team here in our very first game of this best of 5 set. And so far, we're seeing a lot of neutral. Nobody really coming out too aggressively. Trying to break off here. Phazon holding a spot there, picking up the signature. Going to go blast him out and break up Snowy. What he was putting on some damage on to Cody Travis.
Oh, Phazon could be in trouble. Manages to avoid the ground pound, finds a rebuttal of a dare, but Snowy doesn't manage to touch, throws the weapon away, and that stalls his movement as well. So now, Snowy the first to fall. All players on the field relatively damaged. Phazon a little bit less than the others, but now Snowy left alone for a moment. You cannot afford to give your teammate any time alone with the teams of this caliber, because the amount of damage they can build so quickly is so devastating. But as I say that, Cody Travis is now the only player left on the field on his first stock. Snowy taking minimal damage on this second while he's left alone. And now Luna coming back in, swinging with these gauntlets. Cody just managing to survive that recovery out of Snowy's gauntlets. And now it's really just the tried and true story of Cody Travis stock tanking, but he will fall down to that recovery. He can face on alone for a second.
Man, he was holding on to it forever, though, wasn't he? I mean, we're going to see that graph out this game. He definitely got some worth out of the opening stock. Luna going a ham down there on the right side. Going to go ahead and put the 1-2 on Phazon. Go ahead and get him out of here. He is now on his final stock. Red team still looking pretty healthy. I say that as Snowy takes some damage. Excuse me. No, we're sending them both out to the right side. Snowy trying to go down and save. Can't. Crab Pound come from Phazon. Snowy going to get the reversal with the dare, but Phazon going to get back on top. Going to go ahead and send him down. And those stocks flying off the red team. And just like that, tables have turned dramatically. Blue team is on top and trying to go ahead and solidify this game number 1.
Oh, Cody getting some work done with those blasters, but the team combo coming in. Phazon needs to play this safe game. Him being the only player on the blue team on his last stock means that if he goes down, Cody will be left alone. Phazon already entering the red on this final stock needs to play a safer game than this. Even with the high defense of Onyx, he can't afford to be taking all these stray hits. Currently, Luna and Snowy both somewhat damaged on their final stocks. Cody will fall now. Phazon gets caught by the D-Sig, and that lead that they turned around so quickly and so suddenly falls apart as Luna and Snowy take away Phazon's final stock. I mean, if it's anyone to find like a sudden 1v2 win, it's usually Cody Travis, but
yeah,
so far,
but going up against Snowy and Luna, we've seen what these guys can do in these 2v1 situations. They've done it time and time and time again, trying to get that good positioning on him. Now Cody going to get in between them. Snowy reaching up on arm, just continuing to try and apply pressure so Luna can slide in. No, Cody going to send Luna out. They are in deep red now, though. If they they don't finish Snowy right, if they don't finish Cody right now, red team might be in trouble, but that is going to go ahead and do it. Gravity cancel D-Light into recovery. Going to go ahead and send him out of here. And red team, Snowy and Luna taking game number 1.
That is what you like to see out of a game 1, bringing it right down to the wire. The lead really, there was no point where you could say either team was going to take that game. It was absolutely back and forth, and Cody put in really good work trying to take away that final 1v2 in his favor, but just couldn't quite clutch it out. And it was really just down to, I think, Phazon falling a bit early there. I mean, it was the explosive play by Luna with those gauntlets up the side that took away his second stock in, like, yellow or something, that just really offset the stock count of the blue team. And it led to a situation where Phazon had to play a much safer game, but couldn't quite avoid the hyper-aggression that Luna and Snowy were putting out.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the name of the game for Luna and Snowy. I mean, they're both now in 2s and in 1s, respectively, for coming out with that aggressiveness, being able to just apply that pressure right there from the second they hear 3, 2, 1 brawl. And we're going to go ahead and drop into Apocalypse here for game number 2. Let's see if the blue team, Cody Travis and Phazon, are going to be able to go ahead and tie this up 1-1. We're not seeing so much neutral here at the beginning of game number 2. Definitely coming out with a lot more aggressiveness. See if that turns into
Oh, so
good
what?
for
Whoa,
them.
whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
no.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh.
whoa, whoa, whoa! What the? I didn't even see what happened, dude.
I didn't either. Snowy just kind of dropped off the bottom of the screen. I think it might have been a bit of a misinput with not touching. It's kind of exhausting his options there. But they came back from a deficit last game. They're definitely able to do it again. See if Blue Team is going to be able to take that very lucky Gimp stock to begin the game and turn it into something nice here.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more of sort of Cody setting up for Phazon a lot here, especially when he's on those blasters and then Phazon trying to find these follow-ups. As we see right there, finds the side edge. Just any extra hit is extra damage. The N-Sig will secure the knockout onto Luna, and Snowy could be suited to follow. Left alone off the side here. D-Sig won't quite connect, and actually good movement coming out of Snowy to avoid the punishment of the blue team, but still a noticeable lead here for the blue team as Phazon does fall to the recovery. That's a nice improvised team combo coming out of the red team to equalize up those stocks, although the damage not quite as equal.
No, not so much. But blue team did a really good job there. I mean, red team did a really good job there of getting those stocks off of them. Not letting them get a whole lot of bonus damage. Go ahead and just knocking them off 1-2, bringing things back up even. And there we go. We see Phazon throw it down with that cannon gameplay. It's still kind of blowing my mind seeing him rock this Onyx here. But it's working out pretty well for him. Cody going to go ahead and send Luna off
this is
the left side of the
dangerous.
stage. Oh, they're cooking, baby. Here we go, Hackle. This is what we see from this veteran team of Cody and Phazon, and they are showing no signs of stopping here. Phazon turned around, hitting that nice little D-light just to stop the momentum, swapping back over to his other opponent and continuing to work.
Oh, Cody gonna get the recovery interrupted. Luna looking for the side sig. Snowy set up high. The N-Light is a good setup, but Phazon goes in too early, and the blue team now poised to take the second game. The N-Sig will send Phazon far. The weapon thrower as well has the cannon. That's a very good option to recover with. But Luna looking for this edge guard, finds it with the gauntlets. And Luna has his work cut out for him with his teammates so low. Gauntlets N-Light will take it out, and now the blue team cannot afford to get too comfortable, cannot afford to over-exaggerate their lead here. As Snowy goes all the way down after Phazon. Manages to make it back. Side air not quite enough, and Luna putting in work here with the gauntlets to try and turn this around.
He really is, but he keeps getting sent so close to KO over and over and over again. And he's not really getting a whole lot of offensive output out of it.
Oh, Cody's
trying to get something going. Oh, trying to get something going.
options.
Cody able to go ahead and touch them and get back up on stage. Snowy going over an arm, gonna go ahead and put a foot in his back. They're gonna turn around and get sent over to the right side. And Snowy is out of this game, and so is Luna. Blue team gonna go ahead and tie it up 1-1. We are setting up a 4-set here, Hackle.
I mean, I feel like that was just a complete reversal of what happened last game. Both in both games so far, we've had the Onyx player sort of struggling to keep up a little bit, and Snowy did a really good job of staying alive for as long as he did. But regardless, it doesn't matter if you're staying alive if you're not applying the pressure of you being on the stage. I mean, he didn't find that much damage. He was, he was making his presence aware and forcing the blue team to consider getting him out of there. But the moment he was down, it was pretty much just wraps. I mean, against players of this caliber, the moment you get caught by one setup, it's as good as over. So it's really important that I think these players try to keep their stocks unstaggered, because I think that's what's led to both losses so far.
Yeah, it has. But I mean, the adjustments keep being made. The adaptations keep being made. We're going back into Apocalypse, which is a little interesting to me. I thought we might see a map swap, but we're gonna drop in, and I mean, it's all tied up. It's pretty much 0-0 in my book. Both these teams have just as much a chance as pulling it out here, and we're gonna see who is gonna be the best team today. As Phazon working some damage over there on Luna, taking him up in the air, continuing to try to reach up there with the nair, but passing him over to Cody. Cody,
oh, that's not
the
good.
pass though. Not getting anything going there. Phazon. Oh, it's so weird to seeing him rocket at that Onyx. But swap it over to Cannon. There we go. Nice ground pound gun. I think going to attest to some of that momentum there. And tosses it to get back up on stage. Snowy right there with a cannon in his face. Weapon throw just snuck over the side. Working unarmed. Cody going to get up there and unfortunately toss his teammate down to the depths of Apocalypse.
Yeah, and this game starting off is going a lot closer than we've seen previous. Like, we don't see any players like dropping their stocks very early. Phazon was the first to fall, but he's avoiding too much damage here. The side air, not quite enough to take out Snowy. Has got the sweat beads, but Cody drops the edge guard there. It's caught by the recovery, and now Phazon taking a little bit more punishment here from the red team as the blue team struggling to close out these stocks. D-Light says still not. Oh, actually is going to catch.
Oh,
and that Ensig also is going to be enough. The blue team. Cody once again being that stock tank, but the D-Light recovery drops by plot armor almost, manages to stay alive, but finally will fall, and Phazon diving off the side here to try and avoid the extra punishment from the red team. Does do so successfully, and now both teams 2 stocks apiece, not too much damage put onto any one player so far.
No, this is super even in this game at number 3. Both these teams doing a great job at trying to battle against the playstyle of the other that keeps evolving here. Snowy and Luna trying to bring over some 2v1 pressure against Phazon over on that right side, but Cody gonna get in there, break it up with his blaster, sending him out with the signature. Gonna go ahead and take that stock. And, that is a slight lead, but Cody and Phazon do have one right now. Luna fighting an arm, gonna drop that down, picked up those blasters, send him out with a Sayer, getting Phazon out of here. And thanks for
yeah, absolutely.
Oh no.
Yeah, you get caught by an M-Light against a Chronix when you're the only player on your team alive, and it's wraps for your stock. Yes, that's what we come to expect from this level of play. And now Snowy, actually, the only player left on 2 stocks. Looking for this early knockout onto Cody. He still hasn't touched. Will he ever touch? Phazon trying to relieve the pressure, manages to get out there and at least just his presence reducing the pressure the red team can put out there. But Cody, for once, actually taking the brunt of the punishment here from the red team, and now Phazon manages to avoid the big recovery by Luna, but things not looking too great for the blue team as they can get something magical done here against probably Luna being the more damaged player on the field right now for the red team.
Yeah, Cody's doing exactly what he needs to do, though. He is definitely in that knockout range. He's trying to dance his way around here, be a good support player to Phazon, and not pick up any unnecessary damage. He's doing a great job avoiding it. Phazon taking a little bit of damage there from Snowy. Luna gonna wrap up with a little bit more. And now it's just who is gonna be the next to go. And Cody somehow, some way, holding on to that stock, going over to the platform, trying to dance his way around and looking for that weapon drop. And he's got it. Blaster's back in hand as Phazon backs up. He backed up way too far into the signature, getting sent over, and it's down to this 2v1. Cody Travis gonna get sent, signed, and delivered out the right side of the map. And Luna Snowy going up 2 games to 1 against his blue team.
Now the question is, does Phazon swap? No, actually he's going to be sticking on that Onyx, which is honestly, it's a bit of a surprise to me because, as mentioned prior, we've seen Phazon usually play these Spear Legends alongside Cody because Spear and Blasters have a lot of synergy in the 2 spaces. It's been the Hattori, it's been the Wushang, it's been Kaya recently, and occasionally a Val, but he's committed to this Onyx here for this set, and I mean, that's a statement because they are 1 game away from going down into the lower bracket. So yeah, he's saying, I am here to ride out on the Onyx. If it doesn't go too well, maybe we swap it up later on, but I'm playing it out for the time being. And that's respectable. It shows a commitment to what you're playing. And of course, I mean, we would never expect to see a swap from Cody. I think the only Legends I've ever seen him play otherwise were Vrax in 2s once and maybe a Dusk.
I don't believe it. That wasn't really him. That wasn't really him.
Didn't happen.
No.
But yeah, Cody on the Barraza, no surprise whatsoever. The exact same game state, same stage, same Legends, going back into it for this game number 4. Can Cody and Phazon take us to a game 5?
I certainly think so. I really do. Every single game has been super close here, and it's been this back and forth teeter-totter, if you will, between these 2 teams, and it's Cody and Travis. It's Travis's and Phazon's turn. So I would expect him to take this to a game number 5 unless Luna and Snowy really just come out here popping off. Like we're seeing is they're starting to open up. They're almost got the stock off of Phazon. Phazon fighting back though and reached over and gonna go pick up some more damage. Gonna go ahead and throw those gauntlets straight into his forehead though. But Snowy trying to get back up on stage, able to get up on the platform and rack up some good damage against both players off this blue team.
Dude, Snowy plays like an on-off switch, I swear. Like, 1 minute he'll be getting absolutely pummeled, and the next he'll just throw out the most crazy gravity cancel attack, and it'll just do the most. And there goes the GC dealer into the ground pound. Red team taking a It's not a huge lead, but it's enough of a lead to make the blue team worry, I think, because they've struggled more than the red team to close out these first stops, I think. Especially with the follow-ups that the red team's been able to find with those blasters of Luna. Although that dare is huge. Can Cody find the edge guard? Doesn't even need to. Team combo coming in. This could be dangerous. D-Light into the ground pound. Side air, that's good damage regardless.
Yeah, didn't get the knockout, wasn't able to go ahead and capitalize fully off that 2v1, but definitely rack up some really good damage, especially against Luna right now. Luna is unarmed. I mean, that's not really an effect against Luna. He just fights unarmed. He doesn't care. But he does have those blasters now, and he's still holding on to that stock. See if he's going to be able to get some damage on there. But we see Cody also being down to that same deficit. Sarah coming out, but we are still completely dead even here on this game number 4. Another Sarah to Luna, and he's gonna just be allowed to come back over the stage. What? That was, he was trying to thread Cody. The smallest of needles right there. That was crazy. He got it. He's good. He's good. He's good.
Cody manages to find the chase or get back up onto the stage.
Nice.
Stays on with the unarmed neutral heavy as well. And now it's really down to the wire here. D-Sig coming out of Snowy phase on just about managing to survive. And now it's down to the blue team to try and get rid of the stock of Snowy, but Cody will fall. Now Phazon, Snowy both off the side here. Snowy manages to find the Nair. Phazon still clinging onto this stock. But that isn't necessarily what you want here, because if he goes down, Cody will be alone.
Cody's going to go ahead and send him down there. Cody said, okay, you're done with the stock. Go ahead. Let's go next. Get back in here. Full health, not going to be taking so much momentum off of those attacks. And they have got to get in on Snowy and get the stock of him right now. And Snowy's bounce out there in front, letting Luna play support. And he's doing a really good job staying out of it. I say that as he catches a Sarah off those blasters. They're going to go ahead and piece up Luna right now. But Cody going back down. We're going to see the edge guard come out. Snowy going to cut it. They still can't get any sort of knockout option on him, though. Luna's going to make sure they don't, but Cody gets it down. Okay, whoa, there it is.
Comes in. If Luna falls here, that's huge for the blue team, but they can't manage to secure it. Phazon caught by the side air as well. Will he make it back? Manages to touch, but Snowy is fresh on this final stock, has so much room to work with. Can the blue team salvage this?
It's looking a little more dire each second as this goes on. They need to get some sort of offensive going here against Luna and Snowy, but Snowy and Luna doing such a good job bouncing around. We see that come out. There goes the stock, and it is all but complete lights out for Cody Travis right now. But they're coming out, pressure going. There we go. Gonna cancel D-Light into recovery. Gonna go ahead and take that stock. Gonna send Cody and Phazon down to elimination side. They are not done. They are just going to have a little harder time making it to that final game. The same cannot be said for Snowy and Luna, as they are going to take that dub. They are going to move into a winners finals here on this winner's side, and we will see a little more from them here later. Seeing those replays come out, that was a pretty good performance there from them in that set, especially in that game. Go ahead and close it out, not let it get extended to a game 5. And they're, like I said, they're going to be sitting up a winner's side, waiting to see who they're going to have to go against from our next game. Speaking of this next game, Hackle, who do we got, bro?
Well, Java and Fakey versus Pugsy and Wubs. And now, coming off the back of Summers, you may see that both of these players, Java and Fakey, have one gold medal to their name in 2v2. That gold medal is the most recent gold medal anyone could have in 2v2s.
Right.
So they are the most recent champions of a seasonal major out of anyone, which means they not only have a title to defend, but they also, within reason, are going to be hot off that win. And they actually played a very interesting team comp going into Summers. They played, if I recall correctly, it was Jala and Kaya, which had a very, very good time into the Chronics that we saw dominating that top 8 of Summer 2. So going into this, I mean, by numbers, obviously, Java and Fakey are the favored team here. Although Pugsy has been a dominant force in 2v2s, as long as 2v2s has been a thing. Pugsy has been around in the Brawl scene for as far as I can remember, and also around other fighting game scenes. He's just an absolutely fantastic fighting game player, and he actually was the person who teamed with Luna to bring him into the 2v2 scene and push him all the way to the top. And so, Pugsy, you can never count him out in terms of... In terms of 2v2s. Wubs has had some ups and downs in the game mode, and I think that this team of Pugsy and Wubs is very interesting. So going into this, I'm going to be curious how they play this out against our summer champions.
I mean, they've been holding their own. I mean, they placed ninth at Summer Champs in 2v2s. And, you know, I was going to point out, a lot of people may not know, Wubbs is actually in a West. He has that lag and that ping issue when he's playing in online events, and he's still able to overcome it and still get really good placements. And we see him here on this winner's side in top 8, looking to go into winners finals. So he's playing really well. This team seems to be working out really well, and we're gonna see how it does going up against the Summer Champs.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you're a team like Java and Fakey, who came pretty much, well, not out of nowhere, but their first ever major victory, first ever major top 3 as well in the game mode. When you come off such a blazingly out of nowhere performance, it's like the question is like raised of, can you hold up that performance, or was it a one-off fluke? And so far, performance is very, very even across the board. We're putting out a lot of signatures there on that cannon. This is the Halo crossover Arbiter for Sidra. But as I say that, the other player on the red team is going to get absolutely decimated by that team combo coming out of Java and Fakey, making a statement at the start of this game. They've still got a lot of heat powering up those moves, but Java now left alone against the red team.
He was left alone, but he didn't take any damage at all until we saw that Sayer come out right there. And blue team definitely did a really good job coming out playing aggressive, getting those early stocks. And we're still looking pretty good as Java holding on to that very first one and not getting any damage there, but avoiding it as well and racking it up on Wubbs now. Oh, ground pound coming off, and he is racking up some really good damage on that first stock. We're seeing him continue to work. He switches over to sword now, but that's still not enough as Fakey cleans up that stock off of Wubbs, putting them up 5 stocks to 3. Pretty good lead.
Oh,
that's another one.
5-2 now, yeah, and Java still holding on to this first stock. I mean, dude, it's crazy how we see so many people playing Jala and tanking these stocks. I mean, Pugsy was known for being a very good stock tank and being a Jala main, and Java now doing the same thing. Despite Jala having incredibly low defense, it just works sometimes, and it's one of the many mysteries of Brawlhalla teams. And right now, Wubbs trying to put out a lot of work here with this cannon, gets broken up against by Java's axe, but Fakey is on this final stock. The red team does have a target to prioritize. If they can take out Fakey, they have a 2v1 against Java, but Wubbs is in a similar position here. Team combo coming in, and now Pugsy's in danger as well. Both red team members on the last little bit of their stock here.
Yeah, it's not looking fantastic for sure for this red team. They are hurting bad on these final stocks. Pugsy getting sent out, but Wubbs fighting back with some offensive from red team. But now they got Fakey going out to the left side, and they can get a 2v1 against Java. Then they might be able to turn this around, but we see Wubbs getting sent out. There goes Pugsy, and we're going to go to game number 2. No, game number 2 with Fakey and Java being up 1-0.
I mean, by numbers, you'd expect that, but that was very, very close. I mean, especially at the end, the blue team, despite them, at one point in that game, they were up 5 stocks to 2, and it came down to a last stock situation.
Yeah.
And I think it was mainly just due to an issue of the blue team getting a bit too desperate to close out these stocks early, going for these big swings, especially Java on this axe, throwing out these signatures, throwing out the side airs, and getting just too hungry for it. And I mean, Java did put out that 600 damage, and the majority of that was on the axe. But still, they have to be careful of that, because at this level, mistakes like that will be punished very hard, especially given time to adapt. So they do have to keep that in mind going into the second game.
Yeah, absolutely. See if they're going to be able to make the
Java.
Here.
Where are you going? No!
Oh, no, and Fakey might go too! No, he's able to get back. Hopefully, and I was thinking he might be able to get a gift stock off a red team while he was down there. But no, Java losing, that being the only one to lose that early stock. And that puts blue team fighting from behind here from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're the blue team. Like, within the first 10 seconds of a game, losing a stock in that manner too, not even like a team combo or anything, that's really devastating. Pugsy will actually survive that neutral signature. Team combo coming in. That's really big for the blue team, but won't quite be enough. The high ceiling of Demon Iron keeping the red team safe. D-Sig will knock out. Oh, okay. Java just taking out everyone from over there, striking back big time after that minor embarrassment at the start of this game, and they've equalized it pretty comfortably. Java has not taken too much damage, only around 70-ish damage, around 100 now, and it's nothing too dangerous, especially when Wobbs is getting taken all the way out the side, but will manage to make it back. Java playing a dangerous game off the side here again, and he will fall the same way.
Oh no. That's crazy, and that might be a little too much for blue team to overcome against this red team of Wubbs and Pugsy. But Java not letting it get him down as he continues to swing with this axe. But Wubbs going to go ahead and square him off there in center stage, dance around with that sword, looking for a good place to get an opener in. But Fakey going to go ahead and turn around and try and put that swap on a Pugsy. Seeing things break up in these 1v1 situations now. Fakey going up in the air, looking for another one, misses on the stair. Oh, gonna send up Pugsy's out, but not enough, but it will not be enough for Fakey. What? He's still in there. Not enough for that knockout. And we're just
Fakey doing the most with the spear right there, though. Oh, wow.
Wubbs going down, and we have that 3 stock to 2 advantage, but it is very, very close on those stocks.
So Java, I think, isn't playing safe enough given the situation that he's put himself in. I mean, right there, he went for the edge guard against one of the red team members, being red on his last stock, and that's a risk that is very, very dangerous to take when losing this one stock puts your teammate at the most disadvantaged state you can have in a 2v2 game. So Java now playing a much more safe game, much more according to what you'd expect, and Fakey still putting out consistent damage with this bow, finds the neutral there, keeping Wubbs away. Java still clinging to this stock just about. Fakey putting in a lot of work, keeping his teammates safe. But is it too little too late, Slow-Mo? Do you think they can take it?
Well, I mean, it's really, really, really close. They might be able to do it as long as Java is able to play the position that he is and stay out of any of that damage from red team as he's kind of playing off stage. But now Fakey's about as red as he is going to pull up, not be able to get enough momentum as Java is somehow, some way. What? Fakey with the ground pound, just clearing everything out off stage, but he is going to fall.
Oh, no, it's just Java.
What?
Whoa!
My man stayed in there forever.
What a way for that to be closed out. I mean, Java spent so long playing a safe game right there. His teammate falls and he explodes out, takes both knockouts. And that's just absolutely absurd. And Fakey just put in so much work there to protect his teammates. 700 damage coming out. And so much work done with that bow, especially towards the end of the game. That was really good mid-game adaptation coming out of the blue team, which I think is part of what's making them such a strong contender in this region, is that they know how to change up their playstyle on mid-game.
Absolutely, absolutely. Unfortunately for this red team, they are now a 1 game away from being sent down to elimination side.
Oh, not again, Java, please. Okay.
Okay. Could you imagine? I still can't believe they came back.
I can't imagine. That's the problem.
It's absolutely wild to me. Somehow, some way, Java holding it down and gonna go ahead and still clutch it for his team. But we're gonna see what breaks away here is Fakey trying to make his way back up on stage. He indeed does. He has to go past Wubbs, going to have to get some pressure off of Java. Java taking big swings a bit. Gonna go, oh my goodness, you kidding me? He gets the recovery coming back up the stage. Wubbs trying to fight back with that dare. Sweat beats coming out, but Java's gonna go ahead and clear him out with another recovery off of that right side.
Okay, Wubbs is just throwing all these ground pounds out off the side. We'll finally get caught with a recovery, but Java, no option. He's actually going to opt to not waste time recovering it, and that's a smart move. It makes him get back to assist his teammate much sooner, rather than wasting time trying to recover when it's not guaranteed. And now Java takes a bit of punishment there from Wubbs' cannon. Game looking a lot closer than previous, especially in favor of the red team. Pugsy getting some work done with the sword here, edge guarding everyone right now. Team combo coming in, but Wubbs drops it.
Oh, sends him down. Looking for another one. Can't get it. Java doing a really good job of holding down his position over on that side of the map. There we go. Double recovery. Not enough to get that stock off of Wubbs. But it is starting to get pretty dire Well, honestly, for both these teams now, if they can get the stock off of Java, Red Team will be right back in this. But we've seen how good Java is at holding on to those stocks when he needs to. I mean, when it counts anyway. And there we go. That recovery is going to send him up to the top of Apocalypse. But Pugsy doing work over here. Fakey getting the reversal. Coming back in. Then we have a 2v1 against Pugsy. And they are not going to be able to send him out. But Java going to continue to work here. Fakey looking like they might be able to go ahead and capitalize on this set. Pugsy dropping down low. Too low. Man.
What a way for that to go down. I mean, the damage that game was just generally less than the game before. I mean, we saw Fakey put out 700 damage the game before, 390 this game, and Java put out similar numbers to the game before. So, I mean, there's just a deficit of a few hundred damage being missed out just by the pace of the game right there. Yeah. And the blue team just take the Swift 3-0. Didn't look like too much of a challenge for them there, adapting really, really well and taking that set, moving their way into those winners finals.
Yeah, winners finals, they're going to be going up against Luna and Snowy here in a little bit, of course. And here in just a couple of minutes, we're going to be making our way down the elimination side of this bracket. We have, it looks like we got Truck Stop Burrito and Heizo down there awaiting on us. But we are going to go ahead and step away for just a couple minutes, take a quick break, get the players swapped around. So you guys go stretch your legs, use the restroom, do what you have to do, and we'll catch you guys back here in just a second.
As you can tell by that fantastic commercial, we are back here with the League Trolli Brawlhalla Bash double segment. My name is Hackle. I am joined here by Slomo, who is actually munching on some of those gummy worms himself right now. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good. I've been asking production to please somebody come take these off my desk. Our entire first two sets, I've been over here munching. I do want to point out, whoever's in charge of the marketing team over there in Trolli, the ads are absolutely top notch. I love them to death. So glad that they gave us those to share. But we're going to share some exciting gameplay with you guys as we go into this elimination side as I munch on some Trolli gummy worms. Who do we have coming up?
We have Truckstop Burrito and Daddy Hizo versus the classic, the former kings, Boomy and Sandstorm. That's going to be an exciting match. I mean, it's a very interesting pair of teams because, as you can tell by the earnings difference, one of these teams has had a very, very successful career.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody knows. Sorry, gummy worms. Everybody knows who the Boomstorm is. I mean, they've been doing it off and on for literal ever. But this team of Truckstop and Hizo, I mean, we haven't heard their name a whole lot, but they did pull out 7th during the summer championship. And the only other time they really did anything was back in Galaxy Cup Blizzard way back in January. They were able to pull a 2nd in that community tournament. But other than that, we don't really have any other accolades to go off from these guys. So we're going to have to see how they do going up against the one and only Boomstorm.
Okay, I mean, we're keeping track, ladies and gentlemen. We're keeping track. This is the second Chronex we're seeing. Right?
Oh yeah, it is.
I'm actually impressed. We've had 3 sets and one of them didn't even have a Chronex so far in North America, no less. But I mean, speaking of regions, Daddy Hizo and Truckstop, you might expect to see a team like this more in Europe. The double Ulgrim coming out, they are both known for these legends, and they are both known to be absolute menaces on them. Ulgrim being a very, very strong legend in 2s as well. So going into this, I think Sandstorm and Boomy cannot afford to underestimate their opponents here, as Boomy already in this red. Sandstorm needs to take the pressure off him right here. Can't quite do so with the gauntlets. The Sig charged up by Hizo. Doesn't manage to find it now. Boomy getting some work done with his own gauntlets here. Sandstorm now the least damaged player on the board, looking for that knockout off the top. Doesn't manage to find it, and Hizo will take out Boomy. Sandstorm left alone here. Blue team not looking for a team combo there, really. Just trying to play a bit more safe. Boomy actually interrupting the end light of his teammate as well. Do that recovery, though. Both blue team members still actually living on their first stocks.
Yeah, I mean, so much power comes out off of those weapons, especially when they're rocking that double axe. So much momentum coming off of those swings. And they're doing a really good job holding on those first stocks, dancing around Boomy and Sandstorm here. And like you said, they need to respect this blue team. This is not going to be an easy win for them. I think if anything, it's going to be that experience that they do have for being such a veteran team right now. Going up against these guys, that might give them the edge when we get towards, as we go through this set here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's currently still in favor of the blue team. I mean, it's quite common to see the first game in a set go in favor, or at least partially in favor of the less experienced team, just because they're coming in here hot and ready to try and fight off this bigger threat. And it's quite common to see that first game go in their favor and maybe not the rest of the set, but I have faith that this could go like all the way. This could go to a game 5, or it could be a 3-0 sweep. If we wait and see. And so far, Boomy, he's closing up quite well with that ground pound. Now Hizo left alone. Oh, Sandstorm drops the N-Sig for the follow-up. Hizo's going to live for even longer thanks to that. And now Sandstorm, the cannon in hand. We're looking for a knockout onto Hizo soon here. If they can get him out, they could get a team combo onto Truckstop.
Oh, that Nair. That Nair got it. He did not have enough to get back on the stage. He still is the healthiest on the board, though. But no, you talk about them coming in, being the newer team, coming out, and you see that stamina start to run out. And then, of course, Boomy and Sandstorm, they're getting downloads here. I mean, both teams are, but, they're so experienced and they're able to read their opponents so well. And you got to get that first game. You got to get that download. You got to get in there. And they might be able to sneak away a win here if a Sandstorm can stay out of the swing of that axe racking up big damage.
Yeah, I mean, one good setup from Boomy could lead to a stock taken from either player here with those glasses in hand. Finds the side air. Hizo left alone right here. Boomy Like I said, looking for these setups, looking for the end lights. The side is actually going to be enough. And now Sandstorm in the 1v1 against Hizo finds the immediate combo. Caught that dodge and finds the knockout, putting that first game on the board for Boomy and Sandstorm.
Boomy, what was that, 647 damage? He was cooking that game. Definitely racking up that damage, making sure that being able to set those knockouts up. But it was super close. That could have gone either way. We're going to see if Hizo and Truck Stop are going to be able to crank it up a little bit, make those adjustments, or if Sandstorm and Boomy are just going to get better as these games go on.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Yeah, and going over on to Fortress of Lions for this next game, I'm looking to see Sandstorm try to put a bit more pressure in this general neutral, because he's been playing really well when he's left alone in these 1v1s, but he's struggling a bit to find this value off the work that Boomy is putting in, and that's a big, speaking of work by Boomy, that's a big gauntlet string right there. Sandstorm looking for the follow-up, but it gets interrupted. That's a big recovery as well. Truck's left alone here. Can he avoid the extra punishment? He can, as Hizo manages to make it back down into the field. Now, both red team players hounding for this damage.
Oh, and they are. It looks like they're reaching a little bit forward. Boomy throwing that signature out there, coming up empty. Truck Stop, gonna get back over here. Oh, get Sandstorm off stage, able to follow up with more pressure. Hizo trying to get over there. Boomy wouldn't let him, but Truck Stop is gonna be able to capitalize. Go ahead and get that stock as he drops in the center here to get picked back up by Boomy.
The red team definitely picked the target. I mean, Hizo is already at risk of losing this second stock here. And if that happens, the stocks are going to be really disjointed for the blue team. And Truckstop has his work cut out for him in that case. Getting a lot of damage here with this launch. We'll get punished by the D-Light Sarah. Now Hizo alone going all the way off the side. Boom, looking for the edge guard. Gets caught by the down air. And now Sandstorm actually in the same position, left alone here. Manages to make it back up. D-Light into the air. Hizo just managing to survive. Now Sandstorm getting punished. The back and forth here are crazy. D-Light into the nair. Now Truckstop left alone here. Look at I mean, every couple of seconds, one team loses a player. It's the pacing here is absurd.
Yeah, the stocks were absolutely flying. Truck Stop holding his ground over on that left side of the stage. Boomy throwing some cover down for himself. Sandstorm gonna rock back underneath there with the nair, but Hizo gonna come in with that big swing.
Oh, the chase dodge movement!
And gonna knock Sandstorm out of here.
Boomy landed 2 consecutive hits with blasters that lock him in place and managed to get the chase dodge perfectly on time to avoid punishment twice. That's 2v2 experience if you've ever seen it before. And I mean, the stocks are actually equalized up here. Both red team members on their gauntlets now. And Hizo is the player to watch. About to enter the red on his final stock here. Boomy will fall. Sandstorm could be in trouble here. Dives off the side looking to avoid that ground pound. Manages to do so. Side into recovery. Truck Stop is down. Hizo left alone. One good setup will be his downfall, but manages to avoid an end light.
Truck Stop should have been a little more careful with that stock instead of just diving off stage to go down there for that risky move. And now he's getting kind of pieced up by Sandstorm and Boomy here and getting caught in that 2v1. Hizo not getting up, not trying to come over there and help too much because he does not want to get caught in that crossfire, be taken out of this game. But Sandstorm's going to go ahead and toss him out of here anyway. Now is a 2v1 situation. Truck Stop left all alone, just an Algrim in his lanes.
Down air doesn't find the second down air, though the team combo falling apart there, and that could be dangerous for the red team. Getting a little bit desperate here, but the side sig is just perfect for that positioning. Boomy and Sandstorm taking the second game to their name, and I mean, for a team like Hizo and Truck Stop, when you're a team that consistently plays one character for both of you and plays like a very consistent way, if that method isn't working, you're like stuck for options on how you're going to adapt. If you can't, like, you don't have to swap team comp, although we do see Truck Stop actually swap over to the Zol for this next game. Although there's that chase dodge movement by Boomy. That was absolutely fantastic to watch. Yeah, if you can't mix up your options like that, like some teams will be able to mix up their character picks, you're hindering yourself here. And we did see Truck Stop actually play this Zol in Summers, which did find some good success here. But the question is whether or not it's going to be, whether it's too late for them to bring out this different character pick.
No, I mean, he definitely, it's definitely maybe a desperation pick here. I mean, it did do well in Summers, that's for sure. But he definitely had to switch something.
Okay, Boomy.
I know, he was reaching there. He was trying to make that highlight reel real quick one time. But, I mean, he's got to switch something up. He's got to try because what we were doing game number 1, game number 2 just was not getting the job done. And now it is all down to this because this is elimination side, everyone. Oh, nice toss and catch by them, getting those stocks out of here. Whoever loses the set, I mean, this is Truck Stop and Heizo's tournament game right now. They are trying to stay in here and keep their dreams alive.
Yeah, I mean, the Zol pick is honestly kind of scary in 2v2s because, I mean, this character is the highest force character in the game. He has the strength to back up those follow-ups. If you get caught in a team combo with a Zol, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. And speaking of the hurt, the blue team is putting it onto the red team right now with both Boomy and Sandstorm about to enter the red without having taken a single stock with the blue team. And that is a beautiful neutral signature coming out of Heizo. And that is a, I mean, if you're the blue team, you need this momentum turnaround. You need it, at least for your mental, like to be able to bring this back. And Sandstorm getting taken all the way off the side. Boomy had to cover his return with the side air. But, I mean, he needed that knockout way earlier than this thing.
Yeah. Blue team definitely looked like they woke up there a little bit. We're getting some good 2v1s in there and getting some good strings built up and some quick damage. But now we're seeing them trying to keep it going here as Sandstorm and Boomy have calmed things down a little bit here, and they're starting to chip at this damage on a blue team. Although Sandstorm looking really damaged here in this final stock as he continues to fight back, trying to get some damage on Heizo. The Sandstorm getting sent up, coming back down with a Sayer, gonna stay in it. The Heizo coming up from behind with a Sayer of his own, gonna send Sandstorm out flying. Not enough to get the stock, but that will send Boomy out of here, and that will send Sandstorm out of here. We're going to game number 4, 2-1 in favor of Sandstorm and Boomy.
Yeah, I mean, sure, that side they can pick up. That's cool. That's alright. I mean, a little bit questionable in that pickup, but I mean, it was something about this Zol pick has just completely changed. Like, not only is it a character swap, but it's a playstyle swap by Truckstop.
Right.
Like, the way he's playing this is so different. It's way more momentum based. When they were both playing the Ogrim, they were both sort of trying to play a very like balanced pace. But Truckstop is playing a lot faster here, and I think that's necessary for this team because it leads to that standard dynamic of having one more supportive player in Heizo and one much more aggressive, high damage player, and the red team clearly weren't ready for it.
No, the switch up definitely caught them off guard there in game number 3, and it gives us some more Brawlhalla action here to work with. We're seeing Boomy and Sandstorm take a pretty good stance out here though in game number 4. His Truckstop reaching back over across stage, trying to get some damage on Boomy, but Boomy reaching back up with the Nair, getting caught from Truckstop though. Truckstop throwing down, getting recovered. So Sandstorm went to go save Boomy and may have knocked him off of his attack there, and Boomy is going to be able, or is going to get sent out to that left side, but comes right back out, rocking some unarmed damage up against blue team.
Yeah, in a strange turn of events, Heizo was going to fall down there while trying to recover, and now Sandstorm actually, for once, the player tanking stock the most out of anyone in the field right now, but they need to hold on to this because, I mean, last game they really were not making good pace, and right now it's looking a bit better. Heizo taking a fair bit of damage here from the red team. Setup comes in, but Heizo, very good support, just throwing out that Nair, interrupting that combo because that's just minimizing so much damage the red team could have put out, and Boomy in trouble, gets caught with the ground pound, avoids the second one. Now, can he stay safe while Sandstorm respawns? Does manage to do so. Sandstorm finds the punish.
Oh, that ground pound missed. And man, this game is super close here, and they kind of break away.
Oh, that's a big catch!
Not enough that was though. And oh, nice recovery coming off that unarmed. Let's Truckstop get back down here, pick up an axe, and wait on his teammate to get back. Here is Heizo come back over to relief, gives some support, but Truckstop going to be sent up.
Oh,
to the
that's
top,
dangerous.
They were just walking off stage with it, bro. They were.
Yeah, I mean, there's always fun to adaptive combos off the side of the stage, but the red team cannot afford to get comfortable here. I mean, they have the lead in stock numbers, but if they both get taken out in quick succession, like those Sayers could have done, it won't be as comfortable for them here. They need to get some value onto the blue team, and they are doing so with doing positive damage onto Truckstop with that gauntlet string, and finding more and more. Every stray hit is value for the red team here. The blue team finally shutting down Boo with that side air. Sandstorm in trouble. Oh, but the D-Light hits Truckstop as well. The blue team needs to find a team combo there.
It is insane how close this game number 4 has played out to be. Sandstorm reaching in there, laying down that signature on Truckstop, and Truckstop just coming right back with some momentum of his own. See if Heiser can get back up on stage. He does. He's able to sneak by with that recovery.
Oh, insane punish! What? That knocks out. That's the Zol effect, baby. I mean, now Sandstorm left alone in the 2v1. Oh, sideline there is going to pull up some big damage. Sandstorm needs to avoid any kind of punishment here, but not quite doing so. Avoids the ground pound. Down air comes in. That could be it for Truckstop. It is. Will he find the 1v1 against Heiser?
Oh,
the nair comes in and Sandstorm takes it.
Red team wins.
What a clutch.
I was a little scared for Boomy and Sandstorm just because the way Blue Team came out in that game number 3, it looked like a whole different team. There was so much aggression. They got so far ahead. They pulled a very, very defining win, and then it just went right back to Boomy and Sandstorm in game number 4. And they are going to keep their elimination bracket hopes alive. Unfortunately, Truckstop and Heizo, that's going to be it for them, and they are going to be on their way out of here until tomorrow, I imagine.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we see some more coming out of these players in the 1v1 space tomorrow. And very well played. I mean, coming into top 8 is very, very.
Oh yeah.
It's an achievement of itself. That's in prize range. Like you've made it, and so going out in that 7th place is not going to be a huge loss. Of course, every player hopes and aims to get as high as possible, but sometimes the cards just aren't in your favor. And with that being said, Booby and Sandstorm will be moving on to fight Pugsy and Wubs in the lower quarter final.
Absolutely.
Looks like, yeah, it looks like we're actually going to be waiting on what is coming up for the next game in lower side top 8, because we have on the lower side of top 8. We have Mowgli and Brawlhalla OG waiting on the winner of a game that's still taking place in top 32, which is Megdi and Balloon Boy versus I'm Llama and Sniped Socks.
That game, production's letting us know. Yeah, that game's already done. They are just waiting on report their match. We're going to be moving up here. We're going to be going right in to this next game, and that just gives me more time to eat Trollies, bro. You know what I mean? It just gives me more time to be able to get another gummy bear in too. As we just wait on these guys to move up here, they're going to get in this lobby, and we're going to get right back on because we're on elimination side. Every single one of these sets matters a whole lot because, I mean, if you lose a set, you're done, and nobody wants to be done. But everybody in the bracket so far, though, they're at least in the candy, bro. They're at least in the candy because top 8 for this event, they get the hookup from Trolli with some Trollies of their own. So if nothing else, they're in the candy, bro.
Absolutely, and I'm curious about the legends I'm seeing in this lobby right now, just because we know what the state of 2v2s is like. For Mowgli and Brawlhalla OG, we have a cross, we have an Onyx, which we've come to expect that, right? But then Brawlhalla OG is playing Lucian, which, I mean, you have those blasters, sure, but Katars and 2v2s, I mean, if this is the legend that he's going to be locking in, because we do see sometimes players locking in troll legends while they're waiting for their opponents to get into the lobby, but if he is going to be locking in Lucian, that's going to be an interesting pick to see, especially trying to synergize with Cannon, because Katars really don't have many moves that knock far enough away to lead to team combos consistently. And for that reason, you don't see Katars too much in the 2v2 space. And so, if he locks in this Lucian, are we going to be seeing a game where they only team combo when OG is on blasters? Because I don't know how else they can play that.
It's a very good question. We'll have to see. I mean, they obviously have some sort of gameplay in mind. They got some sort of plan cooking. We'll just have to see how that works out. Bloom Boy is going to be dropping in with. Hopefully, we can get him in here and keep the League of Trolli action going.
Yeah, and this is a pretty high PR game. I mean, Megdi, the only person in this game coming in top 10 PR in 2v2s, usually teaming with Radish, but Radish was unfortunately not able to make it for this tournament, so Megdi picked up Balloon Boy for this tournament. Balloon Boy is very much an up-and-comer in North America. He's been doing a lot of work, primarily in 1v1s, but I mean, if you're good at 1s, you can be good at 2s, and Balloon Boy has shown that. And so, I mean, Mowgli and Brawlhalla OG, both having one top 32 to their name as a team, PR 91 or 120 respectively. There's a disparity here, and I mean Megdi is the big powerhouse of the lobby, but at this level of play, to make it this far into a bracket, I don't think those numbers are going to be deterring anyone.
No. And Balloon Boy, like you said, he is definitely an up-and-comer. He's been around for a while, but he just keeps getting better and better and better. And everybody just keeps talking about him more and more. Megdi not able to have his normal teammate of Radish. Definitely a good substitute, bringing in Balloon Boy. And I'm sure Balloon Boy is very happy for the extra practice in a top 8 situation like this.
No, absolutely. I'm going to be curious to see what Balloon Boy locks in for this as well, because I've seen, like, Balloon Boy, I think the one legend I can remember Balloon Boy playing the most in the 2v2 space is going to be the Zariel, right? Because he has that bow from Diana, but if I recall correctly, he does play that Zariel in 2v2s.
I believe you're right. I believe we can see that Diana come out. We can see that Zariel come out. But this is 2023 Brawlhalla. We can see a little bit of everything come out as we see him lock in on Luke. Okay. And
what? Huh?
Huh?
Am I Megdi on the Zariel? Okay, I mean that is the kind of the opposite of what I was expecting, to be honest.
It's happening.
Yeah, we have Zariel and Luke, or the crossover coming out from Megdi and Balloon Boy, and then the Lucian is going to be locked in by Brawlhalla OG, which means we're going to have a Qatar's 2v2 game. So I mean, unfortunately, we're not adding a tally to the Chronix counter for this game, but regardless, I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, this is Balloon Boy is really just the wild card here. I'm really interested to see how he does coming in against this team. But you know, Mowgli and Brawlhalla OG, you know, that's another team you don't really hear a whole lot from. So this could honestly go either way. I don't know, Hackle. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know.
Honestly, fair enough, because I don't either. So far, damage is pretty even across the board. Balloon Boy getting some good gauntless damage coming in here. And now OG entering that orange. Both blue team is actually in trouble here as Mowgli falls and Balloon Boy finds a double knockout with ground pound off the side. And that is a strong early lead for the red team.
Absolutely. Oh, see them continue to work over here on the left side of this map.
It's non-stop, absolutely. And I'm interested to see this Megdi Zariel pick, because I mean, usually when we see Megdi in 2s with Radish, we see that Lushan crossover and come out, but it's not like unusual to see a Zariel these days, because I mean, Zariel has had a bit of a popularization in 2s, especially by Frozy from EU, and so people are realizing this character can do a lot of work in 2s, and speaking of work, OG trying to get some work done with these blasters doesn't quite find too much success, with Balloon Boy getting a bit too thirsty with those signatures, and a big team combo coming up from the blue team, getting good damage onto Balloon Boy. The early lead the red team had is dissolving a little bit here.
Yeah, so far, both these teams doing a really good job at keeping it close, and nobody's really been able to pull away too much. We're seeing a Brawlhalla OG breakaway here in center stage, get those guitars in hand, but Megdi there to shut him down with a monster signature, trying to pick up another neutral, couldn't do it. Recovery going to take it up to the sky though, reaching up with a gravity cancel in light and continuing to come back down and put more damage on Brawlhalla OG.
Oh, the bow combos are actually very, very interesting here, because you don't see... Okay, well, I haven't seen Megdi's bow too much. He clearly knows what he's doing as he finds the ground pound, and Mowgli's down already. OG left alone, one stock against the 4 here of the red team, and this is looking dire as a start for the blue team. Finds the side, that's going to be a good knockout onto Balloon Boy, but still that's 3 stocks to take out without losing 1 here.
Yeah, but this is going to be a rough situation for him as he tries to battle up against these two guys with such a stock advantage. And they went ahead and beat him, fighting him up, sent him up to the ceiling, and a Meg D and Balloon Boy are going to go up a 1-0 in this set.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very impressed. I'm really impressed by what I saw out of Balloon Boy, like Balloon Boy especially. I mean, he was playing like any peak top player in the region on the cross. Like he was finding the follow-ups, he was getting a lot of work done. And now we're gonna see legend swaps out of both players on the blue team. Mowgli over onto the Wushang Chun-Li crossover, and Brawlhalla OG on the Rayman. Two very standard 2v2 picks. Maybe not the Chronics that we're used to seeing, but two very, very solid picks of their own.
Yeah, true that. Definitely needed to mix something up. The Rayman's just so much fun in twos. Just some really good signature kit. Can definitely get some stuff done for sure. But we're gonna drop in and see if this swap on blue team is gonna do anything for them, or if red team is gonna continue to. I mean, that was just kind of brutal last game. They kind of went ham. And so far, Brawlhalla OG having a hard time staying out of this offensive
Megdy's
onslaught
balling.
for Megdy right now.
He's just dribbling, bro. It's not looking good for the blue team as the team combo comes in. D-Light into the recovery. Could have side-sigged there probably to find the knockout, but I mean, it doesn't really matter when you're this far ahead. Whipping that in the side-sig. Managed to find the recovery, and now both red team members yellow on their first stocks. This is a little bit more what I expected when I saw these teams coming into a matchup the first game.
Yeah.
It's impressively close, but that's not to count out Mowgli and Brawlhalla OG quite yet. I mean, this is two teams. With this game mode, things can be turned around so quick. I mean, we've seen it today already with other teams and how quickly games can be turned around with the right plays. And, I mean, the blue team slowing down the pace a bit more here, forcing the red team to sort of think about how they're entering these engagements. The team combo coming in over the DC will actually be enough. And Balloon Boy just doesn't manage to find the down air, but Brawlhalla OG could be in trouble off the side, making doesn't find the end sig, but the double dare goes to the weapon throw. He's stalling on him in the clash.
Oh no!
Will actually do it. Oh no! Team combo coming in the net. D-Light doesn't find the D-Light. That would have been absolutely horrific to be hit by. Are we gonna see a 6-stock slow-mo? I really hope not. That would be.
I mean,
upsetting.
like, I really hope not, but I really hope so all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But we're not. There we go. Stock's going to come off a red team, but it is looking really, really dire for these blue team players as they get Mowgli gets sit up to that ceiling. But Megdy searching for a good option here. Insig coming out, going to go ahead and
what is this edge guard?
Oh man, they definitely put up a wall. The blue team could not penetrate, but we're seeing a break in now. This 2v1 situation. Brawlhalla OG getting taken off stage, trying to get this 2v1 situation, but the Rayman is floating around this map, making it really hard. Blue Boy gonna get that recovery though, take that stock off, and they're going up 2-0 in this best of 5. Can they wrap it up right here, Hackle?
I honestly think so. I mean, okay, Chronics, baby. Maybe not. They're whipping out the Chronics. Maybe they get a game. Maybe they get a game. It's another Chronics, boys. That's the tally of 3. And I mean, if in doubt, play the best team comp. I guess. Like if you're losing, why not pick it? And
they really did switch the tech, didn't they?
And I mean,
oh,
it's not like Mowgli and Brawlhalla OG aren't showing signs of being able to take these games. It's just that they're not shifting momentum in their favor. When they have a chance to find these combos and they have a chance to take this momentum, they're not as efficient in shifting it as the red team. I mean, currently damage is very, very even, and these blasters from Brawlhalla OG are actually looking quite comfortable, as Balloon Boy being the most damaged player on the field finds a nair into the end light. The end sig actually interrupted from Mowgli by Meg D. Balloon Boy big for his boots there, a bit big for his gauntlets, and now Meg D left alone. Blue team doesn't manage to capitalize too hard, but the damage is actually in their favor. Can they find these knockouts? So that's the big question. That's what they need here to take a game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that in the last game as well, though. It stayed pretty close there towards the beginning, and then Meg D and Balloon Boy just started to turn up. And we're seeing this Gauntlet Blaster combo here. Held the D-Sig. Brawlhalla OG gonna go ahead and just jump right in between it. No harm, no foul, no punish. But that is gonna punish Balloon Boy being taken off, and
Oh,
team
side sig.
had the lead, but lost it to friendly fire.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough, and now Brawlhalla OG will fall. Maybe the only player left on his first stock, but he's looking for an improvised combo off the side there. Doesn't manage to find too much value, but Megdi trying to get some work done with these gauntlets at the side, dribbling a little bit, does not manage to find the knockout on Balloon Boy. Once again, taking the brunt of the punishment here for the blue team.
And that stock is going to fall off of Megdi finally.
Oh, team combo.
But Balloon Boy is in trouble. He's able to get back down, and he has those gauntlets, and he's able to start going immediately to putting on some damage onto Mowgli. But floating up, trying to stay underneath them. Balloon Boy coming back down the ground, going to go ahead and put in another offensive attack. Okay, searching here. Balloon Boy trying to get the read. Nothing to be found. Oh, Megdi going to go ahead and take the pass, sending his teammate
Big
up with it. I think
N-Sig.
it works out. Yes, that was a ginormous N-Sig. Taking that stock off of them and giving them that lead back.
Now we'll fight. We'll actually fall to one of Brawlhalla OG's own N-Sigs, and now we're looking at the most equal we've seen a game state be in this set. Both teams having one player fresh in their final stock, one player heavily damaged on their second, and Brawlhalla OG managing to hold on here. Doesn't fall to that punish. Megdi in a similar situation here. The bow getting some damage onto Mowgli now. Recovery as well. Balloon Boy going all the way up. Doesn't manage to find the knockout, but regardless, that's damage. Get into the recovery. OG will fall. Mowgli will actually trade out against Megdi.
Okay, and it comes down to this, everyone. Blue team on their tournament stocks right now. Balloon Boy and Megdi have a lot of wiggle room left in the set. They can afford to make some mistakes, but they can also wrap this up right now with just good, smart Brawlhalla gameplay, trying to get this Onyx out of here.
That's dangerous.
Brawlhalla OG is gone.
Actually. And that was the less damaged player of the blue team, Slow-Mo. That leaves Mowgli on his own. The ground pound will secure it. The red team, Megdi and Balloon Boy, taking a 3-0 victory, and Balloon Boy putting out 600 damage that game. I mean, if we had any questions about Balloon Boy's performance at the start of this set, they have absolutely been answered.
No, he's been just doing more of the same. He's been looking so good here lately. Like you said, great dominating performance in that final game especially. And more than enough to be able to knock Mowgli and Brawlhalla OG out of this bracket. But great job to them at making it into top 8 of League of Trolli Brawlhalla Bash. We'll see how those players do in 1v1s tomorrow. But before we can move on to our next set, I think we got to do something, don't we, Hackle?
Yes, so we do. We unfortunately do have to go for a short break just to get some water, get our voices cleared up. You guys can go grab a snack, stretch your legs like Somo said last time. Right back after a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back very soon.
There goes Luna. Another Saturn experience with back-to-back 1v2s. 3-0s, Luna and Pugsy.
And he still has a chance to get the W. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? It's just struggling. They're doubling up. He goes all the way out there. What a ridiculous.
One of those barely situations. Team combo. Oh, the down stick into the neutral stick. And Pugsy.
Ryu holding on the down air.
In the middle of two gauntlet players, this could turn bad, and there it is. It's gonna hurt. It's the worst. And you are gonna lose game number 2.
String so many things together. Both of his weapons looking good. My man is still sweating. He's dead. He's dead.
Hughes has done it. He has unseated Luna. Vamos, Brazil.
Oh my. You didn't need the extra hits, but he wanted them.
Headphones on. Impala. What an incredible performance. He is your 1v1 Brawlhalla World Champion.
Welcome back, guys. It is me, Slow Motion. I am with Hackle, and we've got just a couple more sets for you guys here during our block. But don't fear, when we're done with those, we have a couple other goated commentators coming in. A couple of the best in the business, so you guys are going to be left in good hands. But we got to talk about, before we get in these next sets, first of all, how clean is that BCX trailer? That is so hype. It's the footage from last year is so clean. Make sure you guys get signed up. bcx.live. I will be there. Hackle will be there. You guys need to be there, man. All the best players, all the the personalities from the community. We're all gonna be there. It's such a vibe. It's just a family atmosphere. Make sure you guys get signed up, come hang out with us, and come compete in BCX. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, if that trailer doesn't get you excited for BCX, I don't know what will. And you've got to keep in mind, this isn't just the World Championship, it's the Brawlhalla Championship Expo. So there's so much to do, so much to see at BCX. You'll have booths with content creators, loads of different stuff, reveals of new things for the game. I mean, last year we got the reveal of battle boots at BCX, which was absolutely huge. And so, I mean, if you can go to BCX, I could not recommend anything more. If you're a fan of this game and you want to experience the peak of what is the community and the esports scene of Brawlhalla, try your best to make it to BCX. Get signed up, bcx.live, and I'll hopefully see you there.
Nice. But with that being said, these guys are ready to go. It is your elimination quarterfinals. Pugsy and Wubs going up against Boomy and Sandstorm. This best of five fight to stay in this bracket and continue to climb through this elimination side. We're seeing that Luke and Onyx come back out from Boomy and Sandstorm. Is it going to be enough to carry him through? We're going to find out right now, Hackle.
That's number 4, chat. I mean, it's a team we've seen already, but it's the 4th Chronix we've seen. And Pugsy and Wubs opening up with a little bit of a team combo coming in. And my question really going into this is, if Sandstorm can find these follow-ups, because Boomy has been giving him a lot of opportunities, and the big weakness we saw in their previous set was not maximizing the efficiency of those setups. And so far, Pugsy has taken a huge amount of damage. Wubs in trouble with the side here as well. Pugsy, axe in hand. We know we can make a lot of magic happen with this weapon. The blue team equalizing up the damage a little bit. Sandstorm pivoting. The target swap is huge. Enlight, Pugsy could fall right here. Actually, he will. Not enough options to make it back, and Wubs gets caught by the small team combo there. Manages to just about live, in Sandstorm can't close out the stock with the gauntlets here. Wubs holding on for dear life as Boomy does fall with his first stock. Will Sandstorm be the last player on his first, or will it be Wubs? It will be Sandstorm.
Yeah, it's really close up until that stock. Boomstorm doing a really good job just kind of controlling the tempo here. We're seeing them kind of be cool, calm, and collected coming out into this opening game. Just trying to get good, solid damage against this blue team. Sandstorm using that platform, getting up there, going to go ahead and get dunked back down to ground level, though. There we go. Pugsy with a nice recovery. Going to go ahead and take that stock off, and we are going to drop back down here to center stage as Pugsy gets set up to the roof as well.
Yeah, I mean, currently it's looking very comfortable for the red team. They have both. Oh, that's a huge pickup, actually. The second sidelight coming out of Sansom with an artificial read there. And now Wobbs, only player in the blue team after the second stock, and that could be soon to end. As the setup comes in, Sansom finds the recovery, and now Pugsy, left alone, gets off the side, finds a down air. Boomy not being able to make it back. Sandstorm in the same position now. So avoid these setups.
Yeah,
I guess to do so, it takes a little bit of damage.
Boomy getting back in there to go ahead and take that pressure off of Sandstorm, though, definitely wanting to hold on to that second stock and stay out of harm's way and be able to give his team a chance to stay in this opening game and take that opening lead. Seeing everybody kind of on stage right now except Sandstorm. He's swapping back, going to pull up that cannon, lay down some good edge guard, but blue team able to get their way back up on stage.
Oh, Boomy!
Top, again, hit him again. Can't do it. Boomy gonna pick up those blasters, get back down, and immediately laying down some damage.
Good there. Yeah, Boomy, one good D-Light recovery with sword away from being knocked out here. Sansom needs to take the brunt of this aggression, but the D-Light says can knock him out. I mean, we've seen Sansom get these 2v1s, but you can't bank on that. Boomy needs to live, but he doesn't. Pugsy finds the down air. Now Sansom, I mean, both his opponents are very damaged, but they're not quite both within like one recovery knockout range. The team combos coming in. D-Light into the dare. Oh, the recovery whipped out by Pugsy, not gonna pick up. Sansom lives to fight another day, but not for long as the side air comes in, closes out that first game, and turning it around is Wobbs and Pugsy, actually.
Yeah, Pugsy put in 602 damage in that opening game. They definitely went to work. It could have gone either way. Definitely came down to those last couple interactions. Let's have to see. We're seeing Noah swaps across the board. Going to keep that Chronix going. Pugsy going to rock that Simon Belmont, and the Arbiter going to drop in as well from Wubbs. We're going to go into Apocalypse this game and see if Sandstorm and Boomy are going to be able to tie this up.
Yeah, I mean, that game literally that just fell to the fact that Sandstorm couldn't quite protect Boomy. I mean, it's not all to blame on Sandstorm. Boomy is obviously the one who did get knocked out, but it's a case of if you then are disjointed on your stocks, like I've been saying very consistently this stream, it becomes a risk factor for you to lose that one teammate, and then it's just all over. And currently the red team trying to separate into two 1v1s a bit more here, now converging back into the middle of the stage, and the blue team taking a bit of a lead here with this damage.
They're going to continue to try and work on it. Oh, Sandstorm, though, getting hit with it. Boomy getting dropped off. And now Sandstorm trying to hold on to the stock until Boomy gets back in here. He is well into knockout range as Wubbs and Pugsy try to put the work on him. But Sandstorm fighting back with that cannon. They're going to go over and try to take some pressure off of Boomy. He does with that dare. And looking for another one, no connection. But Pugsy going to reach up with that recovery.
Oh, Boomy!
With him.
Dodges straight into the end stick out of Pugsy, and Sansom will fall as well. Pugsy doing so much work with his sword. But we still can't take him out. Pugsy tanking these stocks. Gets caught by the recovery finally. But once again, Boomy has taken a lot of damage here on this second stock. Needs to play a safer game here. And the red team needs to maximize these interactions, but they can't quite find it. And now they're a full stock down against the blue team. And that's not what you want to see as a response to that first game. Boomy finds a good ground pound. Not going to be enough for a knockout. Wubbs has the set to make it back.
No, I mean, they let this game fall. And I mean, Boomy and Sandstorm have to run 3 in a row, and no matter how good they are, that is quite the feat, especially with this blue team, the way that they're playing right now. Pugsy going back down the stage, going to get picked up by Sandstorm. The Wubbs are right there to shut it down. Pugsy going to hit him with a Sare. Sandstorm on his final stock, and Boomy is hurt bad. Gonna get back up on stage.
I mean, it's actually a worse situation than we saw last game, right? Because we saw Boomy was damaged while Sandstorm was still on 2 stocks, but now Sandstorm's only on 1, has 4 stocks to take against his 1, and Wubbs will fall. Sandstorm could clean up these 2 stocks right here, but even then, he has 2 more stocks to deal with.
Yeah, and we saw how quick they just picked him up with the team combos at the end of that last game. Sandstorm's doing a really good job staying on the way of it right now, trying to take him off stage. Thinks he has the advantage over there. But we're seeing the axe attacks come out, followed up by a ground pound, by a weapon throw to the top of the head. And that is going to put them down 2 games to Wubbs and Pugsy. Wubbs and Pugsy they're right here. They're one game away from sending Boomy and Sandstorm out of the League Trolli Brawlhalla Bash.
And this set's going quick. Like, this is a very fast-paced set so far. And honestly, this isn't the outcome I expected so far. I mean, I expected at least it to go 1-1 right there, right? I expected Boomy and Sandstorm to find a bit of an adaptation, and they're not actually swapping legends here, sticking with this Chronic. And so, I mean, the question is, what do they have to change in order to take this win?
They need to not get hit, Hackle. That's really all there is. That's really all there is at this point, because Wubs and Pugsy are looking as so good. Sandstorm getting a nice reversal though, racking up a little damage. Now gets a good position over Pugsy. Continuing to put it out there as well. Here we go. Not gonna be enough though.
No, he's gonna fall.
Oh, Boomy with the save, but now he's in a bad spot. Oh no, Sandstorm with the save. Holy hell! Oh my goodness. Woo! That was quite the interaction off the right side of the stage right there. Man, that got me sweating a little bit, Hackle.
Yeah, and the problem is, even though they both got saved, they took extra damage in the process of doing so. So, I mean, they saved the stocks, but they gave the blue team so much room to work with. And now, once again, Boomy taking so much damage from this axe. Is it too little too late for the red team slow-mo?
I mean, I don't want to say that. You never want to count Boomy and Sandstorm out, because as soon as you count them out, they're going to make you look stupid. But as we're seeing now, so they got that stock off, a good 2v1 interaction right there, but not enough to go ahead and take that stock off of them. Pugsy looking a little too healthy still, but as they gonna put the pressure over on the right side, Wubs getting through here. Sandstorm gonna fly back at him with his own cannon though. Pugs, oh, Boomy was right there waiting, but gonna get the reversal with the dare. Boomy going for it. Got the D-Light into ground pound. Are gonna go ahead and take him out of here. And Pugsy on his final stock. But Boomy and Sandstorm looking like they could possibly get a score on the board here.
To play this safe, can't afford to lose the stocks. Boomy slowly managing to make it back to the stage. Pugsy now the major target for the red team and already taking good damage, but the team combo comes in. Boomy will fall. Sandstorm dribbling with these gauntlets though. Needs to get something explosive here onto Pugsy at minimum if they want to take this game, and even then, Wubs has a lot of room to work with. And I mean, Wubs, just like Sandstorm has previously, needs to play that more aggressive game, protect his teammate, and so far, so good as Pugsy avoiding taking all this damage here. Wubs acting like a wall to protect his teammate. Sandstorm will survive the side air, but Boomy taking more and more hits as we speak.
Ooh. Wubs trying to reach up with another recovery and couldn't hit him. Wubs though, that's gonna not confirm, but man, it was close. Throws out the insig. Can't pick up on it either.
Oh,
Boomy! Wubs just doing it all himself right now. Pugsy following up. There goes Sandstorm on his final stock with Boomy. The lights are getting dark. What's he gonna do? He comes back in here, reaching for it, has those blasters, can't find anything. Pugsy there to shut him down. Not enough momentum. Boomy's gonna try and fly, make his way back over. Wub's gonna give him a little boost back up on the stage. Boomy's got those blasters, he's gonna reset over here.
Okay, that's a little silly. Wubs right there, but they just can't punish it, and Wubs still living off that down air. Pugsy, the one to watch here. If he falls, it could be dangerous, and now Wubs, I mean, this is very doable. Boomy, one good hit away from being knocked out. Sandstorm not quite as damaged, but still, red team needs a team combo here if they want to take this out. The arm recovery will actually be enough. Boomy and Sandstorm looking to try and claw their way back into this set by taking at least one game here. Wubs, sword in hand, goes for the D-Sig. Just completely raw. That is very, very dangerous. As trying to juggle with these nairs. Boomy cannot afford to be playing this front position.
Oh, here we go.
Target swap with the side air, and now Sandstorm in the 1v1 against Wubs. But this isn't the kind of pick we've seen Sandstorm playing in ones recently. He hasn't been touching his gauntlets as much. And that could be the downfall. Avoids the D-Sig. Gets caught with a weapon though, and that's going to be it. What?
All right, we're going to game 4, Hackle. I don't even want to say nothing. I don't want to curse nobody. Like, I'm afraid if I try to speculate at what's going to happen, that I'm gonna talk into an existence, and that it's not going to be fair. But crazy first 3 games. Pugsy and Wubs making the adjustment, pulling it together. We're seeing the replays right now. Pugsy pulling out 608 damage. Very well done. And now let's see if they can push it and tie this up and send us to a game number 5.
Huh? No, they just
Huh?
I'm sorry, Stormy, that was a 3-0.
Oh, I'm.
Yeah, that was the set. That was a 3-0 by
All right, guys,
Robson
it's been
Pugsy.
fun. I'll see you later.
Which does mean that we are going to be going to our next set, and I'm dumbfounded, especially by the end of that last game.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm saying. It literally melted my brain. I didn't even know what was going on anymore, Hackle.
That D-Sig, first of all, the D-Sig catching, and then the weapon throw down as well. Just, I mean, if I'm Sandstorm, I might do what you did to your Martyr recently. Slow-mo, to be honest, if that happens to me. I mean, I'm putting a hole in it if that happens.
It's like a bar this big down the middle, bro. It's so bad. That's all right. That's all right. We keep going. We keep going. We'll just deal with it for now. And but no, that's a 3-0. Boomstorm getting shut down in dramatic fashion, getting sent out without being able to get one on the scoreboard. And they are going to be done in today's tournament, but I'm positive we will see both of them in the 1v1 bracket tomorrow. But we have one more banger for our set. Plenty of action left in today's tournament. Don't worry about that. But we have one more set. Who do we have, Hackle? Who do we have?
It certainly is a banger. It's going to be Phazon and Cody Travis versus Meg D and Balloon Boy. We saw Balloon Boy playing with Meg D earlier, and it was impressive. I mean, it looked like they've been teaming together for a while. They were finding the follow-ups, they were finding the handoffs very, very consistently. And I mean, they're going to be facing up against a team that is very tried and true, very, very experienced, but a team that's also struggled a little bit today against the more meta picks, against the Chronics that we saw from Luna and Snowy, going down 1 against the 3 of Luna and Snowy in winners semi-final. So now, Phazon, Cody Travis looking to claw their way back up to face Pugsy and Wobbs in the lower semi-final if they can get this set against Meg D and Balloon Boy.
Yeah, this could go either way. Cody and Phazon have been playing so well a bit. You know, the name that keeps getting brought up again and again is a Balloon Boy. You know, mostly in ones we've seen him do his thing, but he's up here with Meg D. They are fighting to get into elimination semifinal, but they have 2 incredible OGs and a well-established team that they have to go through first. And we both know that Phazon and Cody are not going to go down without a fight. So I'm really just to see how the pressure falls on both these teams and who's going to be able to push through and get this dub to move further in this elimination side.
Yeah, my question is, I mean, I mentioned it before in the first set we saw with Phazon Cody, is whether or not Phazon's going to fully commit to this Onyx. Because we saw him fully commit to it in that set on Winner's side. He didn't swap over at all. But like I said before, we're used to seeing these spear and sword legends coming out from him, not necessarily the cannons. So going into this, I mean, he's definitely picking the meta, right? Like he said himself on stream and on Twitter that Onyx, especially Chronix, is just one of, if not the strongest characters and teams in the game currently. And so I don't think it's a surprise to see him on the Onyx, but I think it might be possible that a desperation pick of a Hattori or a Wushang may come out if things get weak for him.
You know, and I think you're absolutely right. I think, you know, and that's got to be some comfort being able to have those pocket picks, knowing you do have something to fall back on, trying something a little different. Meg D, though, losing that stock pretty early as they continue to try and work on Balloon Boy here. Cody and missing with that signature. Balloon Boy missing with that Sarah. Cody going to get underneath him with that recovery. Oh, and the signature is going to hit as well. Get Balloon Boy's stock out of here. Phazon is the healthiest on the board.
Yeah, and currently the red team looking to just maximize the value of having this 2-stock lead right here. Any single handoff could be huge, but the side sig will come through for Meg D, and the by Balloon Boy will shut down the first stock of Cody as well. Good equalization coming up the blue team, stopping that bleeding as quickly as possible.
That was a good read from Balloon Boy off those gauntlets, being able to go ahead and get that stock. And it looked really clean while getting it done. A nice 2v1 opportunity. Missing that signature, but that's okay. Racked up some good damage. Definitely let him know you're there.
Balloon Boy
Phazon
just struggling
down. No, does he have it? He does get back up No weapon to be found, though. Going to get starved out from him. He's going to go right back fighting unarmed. Megd going to give him a little juggle there in the top of the screen, though. Faison now looking to rack up some damage here. Backing up. Going to back up behind Cody. Can't find anything. Balloon Boy going off stage with the ground pound, recovering, back up. And going over to leave that pressure off his teammate. But get caught in that friendly fire. Balloon Boy, unarmed, off stage, trying to get back up.
I mean, Balloon Boy's offstage has been really impressive so far. This tournament in there, actually, Faison catches it, takes the knockout, and will survive. Faison, I mean, if we're talking about offstage, his return to stage has been absolutely fantastic so far this set. And he will fall to that D-Light into the gravity cancel neutral heavy, but Cody, only in the orange at the second stock. Good team combo needed in order to take him out quickly, but maybe this Gimp by Megd could be enough, doesn't manage to find it. And now Cody taking this front position with these blasters in hand, knowing that he has the most room to play with, and Balloon Boy taking a bit of damage here. The pace really slowing down on these final stocks. Both teams afraid to overcommit right here, and Faison doing a little bit of that with the gauntlets off the side, manages to make it back though. Cannon now in hand, building up the damage. I mean, as long as Faison doesn't take too much damage and Cody falls at a decent time, I mean, as I say that though, Faison well into the red. Things are looking a little bit more bleak here for the red team if Faison does fall. Does manage to avoid that combo though. The red team needs to get one of the blue team out as soon as possible.
Blue team needs to get the stock off of Cody. He's been able to hold on to it way
Oh,
too
the
long.
target
Balloon Boy! Oh my goodness, that was clean. They had no way of knowing that was coming. Big, huge ground pound, gonna take that stock off. And now Cody Travis has found himself all alone going up against Megd and Balloon Boy. He's got a little bit of gas in the tank. Balloon Boy is pretty much in knockout range, but this could definitely go either way. Cody Travis usually really good in these 2v1 situations. Balloon Boy missing. Balloon Boy missing. Cody gonna reach back up with a down light. Can't get it. Megd working him back across the stage. Now here we go. Oh no.
He's looking for these options, but he's not quite finding them. Axe might not be the weapon you want here necessarily, but blasters, they lock you in place as well. So Cody definitely has his options cut out for him here, slowing this down, just fishing for these recoveries. Balloon Boy finds a side down to his teammate. Cody avoiding these setups. Gets caught by the nair, but it's not gonna. Finds a side there.
Oh no.
One against Megd, but the side sig does connect, and Megd closes it out in the last possible moment with the side sig. But a very, very close first game, and Faison just falling a little bit early.
Yeah, that was an absolute nail biter. That could have gone either way for sure. They were able to pull it out though. But man, keeping that momentum going into another game is going to be pretty rough, especially against this red team. We'll just have to see. So far, so good though. They're thinking real hard about this map selection. We got Miami Dome, Apocalypse, and Western Air Temple still up. We both know they're not going to go Western Air Temple, so we're going to see that Apocalypse or Miami Dome, and we are going to see Miami Dome.
The Miami Dome coming in, and no legend swaps just yet. I feel like if Faison and Cody go down 0-2, we might see a Faison Spear swap. Because I feel like the gauntlets have been working great. We know Faison has a cracked pair of gauntlets. I mean, he's been a gauntlets player for so long. But the cannon, I mean, I've only ever seen him play cannon when Onyx was a ones pick for him. I think it was like one tournament that he really was playing Onyx. And so, I mean, it's not that he's necessarily, bad at cannon by any means in terms of like average player standards. He is cooking so far, but at this level of play, you need to be incredibly comfortable with your weapons to be able to make use of them in any situation. And so far, that hasn't quite been happening for Faison. Although, at the start of this game, things are looking very much in the favor of the red team. But they were at the start of last game as well, so we can't... Well, that's a big handoff, actually. We can't count out the blue team, but at the same time...
You kind of wonder if Cody and Faison are going to be able to make the adjustment. I mean, they do have that experience. And blue team at one by an absolute shred, like just a little tiny bit. Faison, though, slapping back against a Balloon Boy there. Dancing around with those blasters, trying to put in some work over there. Can't get it. Megd getting underneath them. Putting Faison up to the roof. Hit him with another recovery. Hit him again. Can't get it. Faison come back into the middle of the stage. Oh, that's going to be enough to send Megd over. And is Faison going to follow? No. He slipped. He was very sneaky. Got underneath him. Oh, he was a sneaky snake. getting back up on stage. Side sig over, no catch, but that's Sarah Will.
Yeah, Balloon Boy is just really, really confident on these blasters. Like, he's going for these options. He's not afraid to commit to them. Although, we are now seeing a turnaround of momentum with, like I said, it was starting so much in the favor of the red team, and it's just turned around because the blue team are really, really good, I think, at swapping their focus and adapting that. And the red team, I think, are not quite prepared for it. Megdi finds the side sig, and now damage fully in the favor of the blue team here as Cody close to falling. Faison, if caught by that D-Sig, could have been taken out as well, but both red team members live to fight a bit longer on these second stocks, but getting desperate here, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, and you can't really blame him. Cody, though, reaching up with that signature, going to take a Balloon Boy out of here and put him on that final stock. Blue team is definitely going to need to answer back right now. Oh my God, what a read. That was nasty. Taking him up to the top, taking that stock off of Cody. Meg D trying to get one of his own, taking Faison, but not enough. And blue team doing a really good job at keeping this even. Meg D kind of coming back down the stage. Faison underneath him. Ooh, blue team has got to slow it down. They've got to control that pace like they were doing before.
Okay, Faison, chill out.
Oh my God, bro.
He just went way too deep, got too lost in the source, went for the ground pound and just got shut down for it. I mean, that's what happens if you overcommit like that. And right now, Balloon Boy, most damaged player on the field, but I don't know if you want to take this offstage fight against you for Faison. Like, his offstage has been really, really good. It's caught with a down air though, and Megdi can't really relieve this pressure too well. The ground pound does come in, and the red team finally making some headway, getting themselves the 2v1 against Megdi. We know they have insane team combos just ready off the rip. They need to find that setup. Oh, and there it is. Trying to side the side sig as well. That's going to be more than enough. Megdi will fall, and the red team turning things around into their favor, taking game number 2.
All right, just want to make sure it is 1-1, right? I'm not messing it up again, right?
It is 1-1. It is 1-1.
No, I don't want to take it away from this set, but that last set was so hype, bro. That had me literally sweating over here. That was so good, such good matches. But we're gonna go in here to game number 3, all tied up. Faison, Cody Travis, Meg D, and a Balloon Boy trying to take the advantage. We're guaranteed a game number 4, but who is gonna have the advantage going into it?
I mean,
I don't know, bro.
It's so back and forth, man. I just couldn't tell you. I just couldn't tell you. Like, both games you've seen the red team take an early lead, and then it gets turned around, and it's honestly just this ping pong game of momentum. And it just happened in that last game, the red team managed to take it back into their favor in time for the end of that game. But I mean, we've seen how explosive the blue team can be, especially Balloon Boy on this cross, and so I don't think anyone can afford to get comfortable here whatsoever.
No, not at all. Definitely interested to see how this breaks out and see how it adjusts these gameplays. Being able to adjust to what these teams are putting out here, but Megdi running away from Cody.
Oh, Faison chillax.
I know. He's been so
scaring me, bro.
I know. Oh, but he's going. Went for another ground pound, couldn't find a Balloon Boy, can escape and put his way back on stage. Faison coming underneath, trying to use that platform. He can't find any attack off of it, though. Balloon Boy coming back to get behind his teammate. But Meg D gonna go ahead and fight Faison off, and we're seeing everybody break down the neutral, being a little more cautious about these engagements here. And nice pickup, gonna follow up and finish with recovery from Meg D.
Oh, that side sig is very, very hungry, and Faison will get punished for it. Doesn't get knocked out for it, but still, Faison needs to try and make use of this extra stock he has to get that recovery. The Onyx defense just about keeping him alive, and Cody getting good work done with these blasters. Balloon Boy will survive the recovery, actually take out Faison, and now Cody in the 1v2 for a short period of time here. Blue team, unlike these first 2 games, taking an early lead here. Not a massive one, but still, any hit, like I've been saying, any hit is value.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when it is this close. And Faison and Cody are finding that out right there, being able to get those stocks off, bring things back to be a little closer here. But is it going to be enough to continue this momentum as things pretty much break down into even here? Both teams kind of splitting off the map, going onto their own sides, trying to find a good place to put an opener. Definitely trying to capitalize any 2v1 situations they can open up here. Megdi coming down with the dare, reaching in with the signature, can't find anything. Faison trying to kind of glide over with that nair and came up empty as well. Cody just kind of reached up there with that axe. There we go. Good dare coming back down, looking for another one. No, obstacle back up to the ledge. Swap over to Meg D, back to Balloon Boy. And a Phazon set back, trying to find a way to get in with these gauntlets.
Yeah, some nice little handoffs coming in, but still Meg D very healthy. As I say that though, a nice 3-piece team combo will come through, and now every player on the field is very damaged. That D-Sig could have been absolutely beautiful, but doesn't quite manage to find. Oh, that's a nice scoop! And Balloon Boy will fall, even with the stage bounce. Phazon looking for the edge guard here. Not committing too hard, which is good, because you've seen Phazon commit quite hard on these edge guards and often come up short, but learning his lesson.
The times it has paid off, Hackle, it is paid off, bro. So
that's true. That's very true.
He's been throwing it out there and not being too scared.
Oh, the sidelights!
Oh, I cannot believe that.
That was definitely intentional. I'm going to come out and say it. That there's no way that like the intro, because that was perfectly positioned. I feel like that was definitely intentional out of Phazon, and Cody will live longer for it. But now Cody and Meggy, the two players on the field with 2 stocks remaining. Cody picks up the downlight, doesn't manage to find the knockout, but the end light will be enough. Balloon Boy left alone off the side, entering the orange here, but again, the red team not overcommitting off the side here, just opting to choose to play this neutral 2v2 game instead of, you know, trying to press an advantage and risk getting turned around.
A stock coming off, and now Cody is going to drop back in here, drops right on to the weapon drop. That's got to be definitely not the worst way to come back from a spawn. And see what he's going to be able to do here. Phazon going in to break it up, but getting shut down as well. Meg D flying up in the air, looking for Cody Travis.
That ground pound!
Over to Phazon. The ground pound, yes, coming out. But look at the string coming in from Meg D right now. Putting so much pressure on Phazon. But yes, Balloon Boy is out of this, and now it is all up to Meg D to win this game for his team. But he's got to break through somehow this offensive from Cody Travis and Phazon as they go ahead and set him up and dot him up over on this right side of the stage.
Yeah, it's another setup here. The D-Sig will be enough, and Cody and Phazon clutching it up once again. Just in these last stock situations, they're very, very efficient with finding these team combos. Even if it doesn't lead to a knockout, they're ready for every possible option that their teammate will throw out, and they have an option ready to follow up off it. And that is what comes with being a team that's been playing together for so long. And I mean, it's not rare to see Cody Travis put up 640 damage. Like that.
No, not at all.
That's Cody Travis numbers. That's the average day for him. Because I mean, you do see that the play style between these two is a bit more supportive from Phazon and Cody, sort of diving in with that axe and trying to get these large swings to build up that damage. And so, going into this next game, I'm surprised. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised seeing Megzy still in the Zariel. Not to say that his Zariel's not been doing work, it absolutely has, but it's not the pick that he's known for in 2s. Right. I mean, Balloon Boy, we know he has very good blasters because of that one's main of Diana. He's very, very proficient with that weapon, and I mean, Gauntlets in 2v2s, they're synonymous. But Meg D, I'm so used to seeing him play that Wushang in 2s and seeing that spear and seeing those SIGs being used in combos that I'm curious to see how they're going to adapt here, because it looks like the sort of shock factor they had in that first game is starting to wear off.
Yeah, definitely. I actually agree with that. But we're going to see what happens here coming into what could possibly be the final game of this set. Megzy and Balloon Boy having to keep things alive here. Oh,
I mean,
double
so
recovery.
far,
yeah,
very much alive.
Ooh, that is an early stock on Cody, and Phazon might be next to fall. No pressure. Oh, the Sayer. They even fooled me. Letting him come back up on stage, hitting him with the Sayer, and gonna go ahead and get that early 2-stock lead.
Okay, the shock factor's back. It's 100% back. I mean, I my words, I shouldn't have said it, because I mean, they exploded at the start of this game, and Phazon and Cody struggling a little bit. The side air still not enough to take out Balloon Boy. You know, into recovery. Megzy still lives once again. His options just so close to knocking out, but not quite. And with every single hit they take on these second stocks, that's a hit that the blue team doesn't need to worry about thing once they lose their first. And team combo comes in. Cody does have the recovery, manages to make it back. The weapon
Meg D falling. Wait. Nice reversal from Red Team being able to swap both those around and capitalize and get both the stocks off of that. Resetting the stocks on our blue team, and now they've got to try and make up some of this damage from that explosive start that blue team came out with in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They have room to make up for what's happened, but the end sig is beautiful on the side air as well. Balloon Boy and Meg D closing down those second stocks very, very efficiently, and now Cody and Phazon need something huge, some early gimp, or I mean that string is a good start by Phazon to shut down these stocks, or at least dislodge one player, get one player onto their final stock early and force that 2v1 situation. But right now, Phazon playing a dangerous game.
Oh, it is looking like we are heating up for a game number 5.
That's a nice team combo.
Oh, Meg D losing the stock there. If they get the stock off of Bloom Boy, this puts it back in reach for Red Team, and that should be enough. Follow up from
Bloom Boy, but just managed to touch the dive kick.
There you go. He's got him. He got him. Cody and Phazon not able to get any 2v1 damage. Oh, okay. They set up a little bit.
That's dangerous.
Bloom Boy coming in, being able to pick up some damage of his own. Phazon cooking here, looking for some sort of opener, trying to open up some good damage down on blue team. Bloom Boy reaching up, not punished though. Still not punished. Phazon picking him up, recovery, taking him up in the air. Meg D coming down right there, right between them to split things up. But another 2v1 pop off there from Red Team.
It was a situation where they were really focusing Meg D, but now either player is at risk here. The team combo is coming in. DC comes through. Meg D just about managing to survive here. One more of those will be enough. Cody going for these side airs. Damage being flung in every direction. Delaying the recovery. Phazon will fall. Can Cody get the 2v1? Recovery won't be enough in either direction. And that will close it down.
Game number 5. What a way to finish out. Well, not finish out. We're not done yet. But game number 5, great way to close up this elimination side of this block. And it is definitely a nail biter coming down to the wire here in all these games. And now we are going to settle into a game number 5 and see who is going to continue on and who is going to be done today.
Dude, I genuinely thought that Cody and Phazon were going to sneak that out from under the blue team. Like, they were so close to doing it. The moment they started hitting those repeated team combos on those final stocks, I thought it was over. But they do manage to clutch it out. And I mean, this set is going above and beyond our expectations, absolutely. And it's our only game 5 of our block as well. Every other set has been a 3-1 or a 3-0. This is going to be the closest set we have today in this block. And going to Apocalypse for this game 5, we finally get a change of game state, going to a different stage. And I am very excited to see how this plays out.
This is going to be good. This is going to be good. You guys are going to drop in here. Like you said, it is 3 o'clock in APOC, guys. And here we go. First weapon spawn is going to come in. And one person from each team are going to go ahead and be able to bring that in. There's our first bit of damage. Red team's the first to be able to put some on the board. Now here we go. Bloom Boy going to go ahead and dance off stage. And we're kind of slow starting here, kind of just taking some little chip shots at each other and trying to see if they can open something up early here.
Yeah, I mean, Cannon and Phase on the team combo coming in for the blue team. Cody, interrupt them, please, bro. He's just watching it happen from the sidelines, and Phazon takes a lot of damage for that reason. And now the blue team starting off strong. If they can get rid of Phazon here, that's going to be really dangerous. But even then, Cody is more damaged than either of them currently. The side sig comes in, Cody can't interrupt it, and Phazon falls early. Like the Balloon Boy now, look at the Trampoline 2-1 onto Cody. Can't manage to find any setups from Phazon back now onto the field, but that's not what you want as a start of this game for the red team.
No, not so much. No, they're definitely getting off to a pretty rough start here and not really showing any signs of putting the brakes on it either. Blue team still doing a good job of racking up some damage and keeping things simple but effective. And now as we see them break off over here on the left side, Phazon trying to get underneath them. Nice recovery from ground, being able to send him up in the air. But now Phazon searching, breach. Oh my, just throwing signatures out there, hoping for something to hit. Bloom Boy back up on stage with the sweat beads and all. Nice recovery, getting underneath Cody Travis. And
drop on the dead.
Oh my God.
Balloon Boy.
What? The double knockout come from Balloon Boy. Yes, go ahead and do your dance there in center stage. You earned it. What a pop-off moment from Balloon Boy. That was crazy.
That might have just secured this entire game, to be honest. I mean, they'll throw up the stocks, but Phazon is a full stock behind once again. Cody used to put in the work right here. And production, I want a replay of that. I just want to see that one again on this game.
I certainly hope they have that ready for us. But we're going to see what he can get done here as Cody Travis coming back on the stage, comes up with the recovery. He can't find anything.
Okay, what? Wait, not like this, not like this!
Oh no, and we're watching it slip away. We're watching it slip away as red team takes that lead back and blue team is now fighting from behind. Balloon Boy has those blasters. See if he can have another pop-off moment here. Cody Travis, no reach up with the D-Light, mirroring him for move from move. As he goes through the air, the Balloon Boy get behind him, but gets stopped with a Sarah from that X. But Meg D sliding in with that bow and trying to get things set up. Phazon switching back, going to opt to switch over to the gauntlets. And
very good job of playing a safer game here, not taking too much unnecessary damage. But that Nair's going to catch both the Nairs as well. Red team needs to get rid of Balloon Boy, but Phazon chase watches, that's dangerous. Which for DC gets punished as well. Recovery, not again, Phazon.
Megdy's looking really good right now.
Work, Phazon can't afford to get in between them like this. Cody. Honestly, it would have been better for him to fall to that recovery right there. So he could, Balloon Boy with the leg! No!
That's so unfortunate, bro.
No way!
That is so unfortunate.
Oh, dude. Can Meg D clutch it up for his teammate who lagged out? Phazon Wolstead coming in, gets caught with a sidelight. He actually is going to fall. Hold on. What is this game? What is this game fight?
Man,
I mean, in the one space, we haven't seen much of Cody recently. We've seen a lot of Meg D. This is cool for Meg D right here.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate. The end of a game,
on the side air as well.
That is going to be eating him up for a while. See if Meg D, though, can try and extend the stock out, but it is two full spectrums of this last stock here. Meg D being way at the end of it, and Cody still being nice and fresh and healthy. He gets underneath Meg D, not able to get a two-piece off of it, though, but Meg D's doing a really good job dancing around on this movement. Cody's going to try and wrap it up for him and his team right here, and that Sarah is going to get it done. Cody Travis and Phazon are going to be moving forward in your elimination side of the league. Trolli for Brawlhalla Bash.
It's no secret that I'm a big Cody Travis and Phazon fan, but even I can't help but feel like that's a really hollow victory for Balloon Boy lagging out like that. And, I mean, oh, man, incredibly well played by Balloon Boy and Meg D, showing... Oh, here's that replay. Okay.
That's so clean,
just the immediate turnaround.
Oh, it's so clean.
Absolutely beautiful. And it's just, man, what an absolute shame for Meg D and Balloon Boy losing to factors out of their control. And that's just the nature of these online tournaments, unfortunately. And for that reason, Cody and Phazon will be moving on to face Pugsy and Wubs. But man, what a incredible set, regardless.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All of top 8. There was not a disappointing set in the bunch. Everything was an absolute banger, and it is just going to continue to heat up. There's so much more Trolli 2v2 Brawlhalla action this afternoon. And we got, I'm just going to let you guys know, we got Remy and Sparky getting ready to come up on the mic for you guys for your top 4. You guys got Remy and Sparky on the mic for your top 4. You guys are going to be in fantastic hands. I will be here tomorrow joining you guys for 1v1s, but I don't think Hackle will. So Hackle,
unfortunately not.
Tell them all goodbye, brother. What do you got to say?
Thank you for joining us for top 8 so far. It's been absolutely fantastic, and it's been an absolute privilege to cast this tournament. Thank you very much, obviously, to Trolli for collaborating with Brawlhalla for this fantastic tournament. I hope you guys have a fantastic time in top 4 of 2v2s.
That being said, that is going to do it for our block. We're going to take a quick little break. We're going to swap the casters around. We're going to get the GOATs themselves, Sparky and Remy, up here on the mics for you. And I'm going to join you guys in chat, and we're going to see who ends up winning this tournament, man. This is a good 2v2 Brawlhalla action. I'm down with it. That being said, though, you guys, we will see you later. Bye-bye.
No way she's still sleeping. Seriously? Babe, wake up. If you keep sleeping, you're gonna miss me cast the Brawlhalla X Trolli tournament this weekend. There's a $3,000 prize pool, and not to mention, top placers in 1s and 2s get a boatload of candy. You need to get up right now and turn on twitch.tv/NSIGofficial, or you're gonna miss all the great games. Babe? Just as beautiful as the day we met.
And we're back. This time, it's me and the GOAT, Sparky. How are you doing?
I'm excited, man. It's two goats. There's not one goat here. It's two goats. It's one of the greatest, if not the greatest 2v2 player of all time, who also, you know, at the end of the day, if you ask me, might be one of the greatest 1v1 players of all time as well. It's Sparky878. It's Remy here on the desk. We're getting into the top 4 of the League Trolli Brawlhalla Bash 2v2 edition. Why did I say 2v2 edition? Because there's also 1v1s tomorrow. This is an entire weekend of worm-filled Brawlhalla gaming.
And speaking of Brawlhalla gaming, we have some Brawlhalla players already in this lobby, and I'm gonna look at the entire top 4 here. Pugsy, Wubs, Phazon, Cody, Luna, Snowy, and Java faking out. Boomy, Snowy taking that loss to Pugsy, Wubs. First of all, I was watching that set, and I've never like looked at another player and say, "Wow, I see myself in them." But Wubs, with the downlight into the chase forward there, that's
one of the filthiest things I've seen in a minute, dude. That was so sick. And wait, who did he hit?
It was Boomy.
Yeah.
Boomy.
Boomy got hit by the Sair. Sandstorm was just sitting there floating because he was expecting the recovery to come out. He was sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah,
but the switch up from Wubs, oh my goodness. I couldn't believe my eyes.
And then like I think Sandstorm brought it close, and then Wubs just won the 1v1. Because I mean, yeah, you won Summer Championships. This is Trolli, buddy. There's something real on the line here, okay? We're not playing for the penny change BMG puts up for Summers. There's Trolli prizes on the line.
There's worms on the line, baby. That's bigger than any fiat currency out there. But we're actually starting off on the winners finals here. The winner of this set will get a trip into the grand finals, will be a guaranteed top 2 placer. It's Java and Fakey versus Luna and Snowy. And let me tell you, I'm loving what I am seeing from Java and Fakey today. There was one game in particular. It was game 2 against Pugsy and Wubs. Java was basically red on last stock when everybody else was on their second. It seemed like he was going to be taken out instantly. But by the end of the game, Java was the only one still standing. Incredible gameplay from Java this weekend. I'm loving Java and Fakey as a team, and I can't wait to see him at BCX.
I mean, all you have to say about this team is that they're the summer champions, right? Like, that's the most recent major, and they're the ones that, honestly, from out of nowhere, like, yeah, they've been good, they've been playing together, but out of nowhere, they take it to themselves, and now they're in here in the winners finals versus Snowy and Luna, another set of champions who, you know, you'd more expect to see in the grand finals, but they took that defeat that weekend. But now coming into it, Java's gonna get the first of the knockout, and Fakey's gonna do the opposite, well, the same thing on the opposite end of the map, on the lower side.
We're seeing, of course, the Chronics coming in from Snowy and Luna. Meanwhile, on the other side, Java and Fakey, maybe they've cracked the code a little bit. That's kind of the one that we've been wondering about, is how are we going to beat this Chronics? Because it's taking over North American Brawlhalla. It might spread to other regions as well. I don't know if this is a Finn, if this is a Kaya thing, or if it's specifically Java and Fakey.
Well, if it's a Finn thing, Pugsy cracked this code a while ago, no?
That's true.
He cracked this code, but he hasn't mastered it to the way Java has, because honestly, he's been playing some of the best Finn that we've had the graciousness of laying our eyes on, right? That follow-up's gonna be there for him, and then Fakey, he just knows when to give it up, right? He gives up that downlight Sarah and lets Java follow up. I mean, lets Fakey, lets Java follow up with that Nair. Java is going to finally follow there, and Fakey entering more even health, matching Snowy here, but they do have a considerable lead if they can get this top on.
Yeah, the 2v2 team synergy between Java and Fakey is so amazing. They do such a good job of exactly like what you said, giving it up, taking as well. The ebb and flow that they have in their gameplay is just really strong. You'll have games where like Java takes on average 450 damage before getting knocked out, and meanwhile on the other side, Fakey will do a bunch of damage. And then you'll have those games where they completely swap that out as well, so they can both be the carry, they can both be the support. When one struggles, the other one's there as well. Like, Java's right there. He let Fakey get back. It took everything that Fakey had to get over and touch the wall. Look up in the top right. Fakey's in the red, but he's been surviving for so long due to, one, his own gameplay, but also the pressure relief that Java has.
And the thing you were talking about earlier with how Java ends up, even while like you see him playing the back foot, ends up being the last one alive on these stocks. And I feel like, is that just a Finn thing, right? Because we've been seeing the same thing kind of come out of players, well, Pugsy, he's like the main Finn player you're going to be looking at in the Devil's game mode, but he was also one of those remarkable players where you saw, yeah, you're playing that 3 defense, but you're playing in a manner where for some reason, you're catching yourselves in the 1v2s and the 1v1s,
it's one of those legends,
clutching them up and having the 3 defense.
It's just one of those legends that, like, if you're going to play that legend well, it's one of those things that you have to do. Like, it's an absolute requirement to play the character so well. And, like, you see what Java is doing with it. Getting hit a little bit here, has to be careful. But you see Luna and Snowy are also very much in the red. Java the least damage so far. Over on the edge, beautiful edge guard from Fakey. You immediately see him rotate over. Luna's stuck on the wall. He has the blasters in hand. See if he can use that range a little bit. They're not really pushing over him onto the wall. Easy pickup. Easy game as well, but you saw him over there on the wall. They didn't really push onto him whatsoever. It's a tiny wall. You could end up with too many cooks if both of them end up going over there, but also Luna's blasters, neutral air, is like the freest defensive tool in the entire game. It's so safe. It's so strong. All he would have to do is sit there in neutral air, neutral air, neutral air, and he's basically home free. That's why they let him come back up onto the main platform. The second he steps foot on solid ground, it's over.
Now, Java dealing the brunt of their damage there. You can see he has a little bit more team damage as well, but for the most part, 649 out of him onto the opposing team. If you're Fakey, you're not so you hit me a couple times, but you hit them a lot of times. And while it was a close game, that reverse edge guard, Snowy's a player where he's one of the best off stage, right? I think we're at a point where we can admit that. Snowy, when you get him off stage, the way he uses weapon throws, the way he uses Gauntlet Nair, when you're off stage with him, you're really worried. And Fakey actually getting just one hit to turn around on him there, clutching out that game for them, and then Luna on the opposite of the side of the map can't do much to help his teammate. But they have the bans now, and seeing how the blue team was able to survive, you just have to wonder where they're gonna go. Now you're seeing the common bans come out: Fable City gone, Enigma gone, Western Entertainment Pool gone. They don't really want too many platforms, and keeping true that Miami Dome's gonna be gone too, and we're going back to Apocalypse.
I think Java and Fakey are just very much ready to go to Apocalypse. Like, you saw Luna was taking time in the stage banning to think about what he was doing. He was slowly moving through. Then all of a sudden, when it was blue team's turn, there was still time on the clock. But when it was blue team's turn, they were ready to go back to Apocalypse. They feel very comfortable on this map, even though you have the massive threat over on the edge of, like you said, of Snowy. He has 2 major weapons that are devastating on the edge. Of course, Gauntlets with the Gauntlet Nair. You can turn things around so easily. Okay, red team putting a lot of pressure onto Fakey this game. He wasn't able to do a lot of damage last game. Is Snowy going to be taken out? No, he's able to get back.
Oh, it's going to be Fakey.
Has some pressure. Snowy, you talked about it, and he showed it to us right there. You have the theory from Remy and the execution from Snowy.
Well, Luna's going to execute the same thing on the left side for himself there. And now Snowy, as I was talking about the edge guards for him, he gets absolutely sent far by Fakey there, but Luna's able to save him as he comes back to stage. Now we're seeing a little bit more neutral interaction here. Just everyone back onto the stage, and the damage from the red team is stacking up. The follow-ups from the blue team, though, are so insane. You can just see how they carry each other up, and it's like it's just interesting in twos, right? Usually you're used to those horizontal combos, maybe you send back and forth, but the blue team here, especially with the Axers, is executing some really intense vertical combos, always ending up with that recovery, because that's how you're gonna get an early knockout. And as I say that, an early knockout comes back onto Java,
and they're gonna get another
matched with it.
Wow.
It's a double for Luna.
Incredible gameplay from Luna over on the left side, just completely soloing Java. Then he came up to the main platform and was able to pick up the KO on Fakey as well. Is Java going to get taken out again?
Dude, like
Luna is right
the
there.
Other side.
Oh my gosh, he was right there. A little bit of team damage coming out, but they can more than afford it. Java is gone. How quick are we into this game? It's been 1 minute and 30 seconds. Java is totally gone. Fakey is going to be gone as well. Both members of the red team chased him down there, still on their second stocks. There was a 4th. Remy, look at the damage. Like, none was done. They didn't have to do any.
You don't need to do anything. I mean, that's the energy and passion that a bag of Trolli candy can give to you.
So
right?
true.
The way just all you see is the Luna clip. First of all, like when we get down replay, that last Luna clip on Java, you can see him going the other side, and Luna is running the entire map, chasing him down, and then getting the finisher with the side air. That's like something. I mean, after that first game, it's just Luna must want this.
I think you got to go somewhere with a bigger wall. Like, they thought they were safe on Apocalypse, and that was not true whatsoever. We still have it on the board here. We have Apocalypse, Demon Island, and Western Air Temple. So we have some small walls still on the board, and we're going back to Apocalypse. Snowy ended up picking that one, and if I'm the red team, I would be more than happy to go back there. That 100% seemed like their stage. Just stay away from Luna. Just don't even fight him on the edge. It's much too risky.
Maybe they were thinking instead of smaller walls, we go bigger map, and then Luna can't chase us to the other side when we try to recover.
He was so quick with it, with all those dashes across the stage, man. He was starving for it.
Well, some team members going to come out there leading to a small combo onto Snowy, but it's not the end of the world here. Now, Luna is arguably like, well, he's the last cross player in this tournament, if I'm not mistaken, right? The rest of them are there's still some Blasters players. We have Cody in the lowest bracket waiting, but the real like last big cross player is going to be in Luna here.
He's doing a lot of damage so far. It's been nicely spread between both members on the blue team. Fakey was taking a lot of pressure early on. Great interruption from Java there. Nice turnaround. If they end up getting
it's beautiful sidelight for the edge guard.
It was fantastic. Kicking Luna under the stage. Now they're going to finish this one up. Nice axe there, even with the dodge. Can't even get close over to the wall. And this all of a sudden turned around very quickly, starting off with that bow ground pound from Fakey.
Ooh. Oh, Snowy going deep for that ground pound. Now back to that last stock. It was actually really interesting because we've talked a lot about, well, when you play the Chronics, there's that follow-up potential and the just the synergy and team play that you're going for, right? But we saw all of that happen off of blue team's one Endlight follow-up. The sword Endlight came out in the bow ground pound, being the choice of follow-up there led to that double edge guard on both players there, and that's kind of what you expect from, well, obviously at a high level, right? You're expecting the team combo, the synergy to come up, but look at that, the Endlight, and then he's instantly there chasing with the recovery. That almost three-piece combo there as well. These guys are making a comp that you really haven't seen yet, haven't seen before, flow so well into each other. You might as well think this is like a well-known practice comp. There it is again, the Endlight into the down sig. It's going to close off the stocks for the red team and give blue team an even more confirmed lead than they had before.
Yeah, they took that lead that they had and just completely are running with it right now. Fakey's just in the middle of the stage. Oh, you saw Snowy using some of that new dash tech. That dash landed you quickly across the stage, but he's not really able to do too much with it. Stock did fall over on the right side. Java's going to pick that up. Okay, a little bit of chaos in the middle. A member of the blue team and a member of the red team, Java and Snowy, were caught in Luna's blasters. Nobody really wanted to knock the other one out because it's still, you know, damage spread across the board across both teams. Java and Fakey now with just a little bit of the lead as we're getting towards the end of this last game. We're about 2 minutes and 20 seconds into this one. Red team members both getting juggled into the air, but they're safely able to land. Everybody does have a weapon here, so no weapon disadvantage across the table. Neutral signature. Both members of the red team were split. Nice D-Sig coming out from Fakey. Incredible pickup.
Such a perfect punish there, and the down is going to come out again to close the stock off. And you saw Fakey take such an aggressive forward roll there, and I was about to say the damage is going to verify it. Even though Java got the 4 knockouts there, and I mean, it's on the fin, the high force, the sig follow-ups, they're going to get those knockouts. Fakey was doing so much in those last couple interactions just to juggle the red team. You saw him get that dodge punish onto Snowy, leading right into the end sig. And while Snowy was getting his time back to the recovery, he said, I'm not going to chase you off stage, and neither is Java. We're going to get even more damage onto Luna, and that's something a lot of teams have been doing. When you're on that red, that high damage mark, when you're getting sent far, they're not focused on closing off your stock. They're focused on getting your teammate in a position where, okay, now both of you can't play the game.
I'm really loving the spread that we're seeing from Java and Fakey today. I mean, we also saw it in the Summer Championship from this team as well. The fact that you'll have a game exactly like last game where like Fakey is doing most of the damage and Java is the one closing out the stocks. Then you'll have the other game that I talked about previously where like Fakey did insane damage. It looked like Java was going to be in trouble, but no, at the end, he was able to close it out. He had his clutch moment after maybe not doing the most damage throughout the game, even kind of losing his stocks a little bit early, but still in those final moments moments, he's able to pick up any slack whatsoever. So it's this beautiful give and take, this beautiful sharing of the responsibility. It's like they're hiking up a mountain, and of course it's difficult, and they're carrying a bunch of rocks. So you have these times where Java's like, give me the rocks. I'll take the rocks, put them in my pack. I know you're tired. And then you have the exact same on the other side where like now Fakey's the one saying, I know you're tired. Give me the rocks. I'll put the rocks in my backpack. You can take a rest on this one. I'm going to take over. So they're doing such a good job of sharing virtually every responsibility. They're both able to play virtually every role that you want to see in a good 2v2 team.
Right, and I mean, I hate to say it over and over again, but that's kind of like that at this point. That's what's going to make a good team, right? Being able to do everything for each other back and forth. Sometimes you need to do the damage. Sometimes we both need to do the damage, and that's just where the difference is going to come in these games here. Because on a game like before, where you saw Luna completely take the aggression, chase off stage, and we're getting him back in the lobby here now, and the lock-ins are coming forward. But you can see that hype aggression, that anger feud play. But a thing with Luna and a lot of players is that even though they play like that, they play so aggressive, if they get turned on to them, they don't really have the room for their teammate to work around it where you can see them like still be able to get value out of it, right? Like if you shut down Luna, then there's not much else to it. He's gonna be shut down too fast. And you need that leniency, that state where you can go, okay, I'll let my teammate play this match for me, and I'll just stand behind him and I'll enjoy the view, because if your teammate's someone like Fakey, it's gonna be a good show.
And that's what we saw like the two previous games where Snowy was having a little bit of trouble. Snowy kind of got bullied out of the games, and Luna wasn't really able to take the rocks and put them in his backpack. But Java and Fakey are able to do that. We're actually completely split in the early parts of this game, but no, you immediately see Java moving over to the left side to give relief to his teammate. Unfortunately, at least Fakey is still without a weapon here. He's able to grab that relatively quickly. Fakey's starting to take a lot of punishment this game, but that also happened in a previous game. It wasn't too long ago, and we saw the immediate turnaround once Fakey picked up the bow ground pound, and then by the time the game was over, Java and Fakey were the victorious ones. So if you start off a game with a lead, he charged that one up. Fakey's going to end up falling. That was, of course, a KO with all the high strength. Java almost picked up the side sig KO there. They weren't able to find the neutral signature on Snowy. They're hunting for these KOs. They were so close, but not quite.
Now, I was about to mention how we saw the red team take off with a giant advantage at the start there, but almost instantly, when it was time to get those KOs across, the blue team interrupt after interrupt, right? We saw the first one come out from Java on the edge guard, and when they're on stage, you see the downlight come out from Luna, and who's there right in time? Fakey with the end light. And now, not only are these interrupts to the knockouts, but they're leading into team combos, and that's why you see that even though the red team has such a big start, the blue team has basically evened up the damage and the stocks here. They're only on the light, well, not light yellow, but like that nice hue of yellow where it's not like dastardly yet, right? You're not in the orange just yet, and Snowy's just kind of catching up to them. He's not too far ahead to where he can kind of play it easy and take the ropes.
Nice and fresh here. Seeing Fakey again, really likes to sit in the middle of the stage, kind of go back and forth where he needs to be, puts a little bit of pressure on the right side where Java is for the potential 2v1, but then he moves back over to the left side. Now you see him putting pressure onto Luna. Here comes Java with the side signature, hoping for the edge guard, but Luna goes high onto the soft platform. Meanwhile, Snowy now putting pressure onto Fakey, able to get over there in plenty of time, even though he was in sweat beads. You saw the ground pound coming in, didn't have enough distance or enough speed to cover enough distance in time.
That Cider taking off the bow sidelight, and it's going to send Luna so far. Now that both red team here playing this edge guard position, and honestly, so far in this game, it feels like watching the blue team just has like some of the best follow-up gameplay I've seen in a long time. It's like every single move Fakey hits, Java's there to follow up on, and I know that they're the ones taking the back end of this game here as Luna hits another full charge down stick to take out Java's second stock. But their follow-up game is just so precise and on point that it always feels like they're just one combo away from getting a victory.
And that's the beauty of it. The fact that they're able to pick up like at least one hit for every hit that their teammate puts out. So Java gets one hit, and it ultimately 1 equals 2, because there's the Fakey hit after. Every hit that Fakey gets, 1 equals 2. All of a sudden it turns into 2 hits, like every single time. And that's just beautiful, sustained damage. Snowy completely taking Fakey over to the right side of the stage, then back over to the left side of the stage. Tried to get the interrupt there. More damage came out onto Fakey. He's going to have to be very careful. 3 stocks to red, 2 stocks for the blue team. Fakey's now out of this game. Java's in the 1v2. This is going to be really tough. He's sent over to the edge. The left to right combo, little bit of a drop there, ending with Snowy's gauntlets. There did struggle a little bit to pick up off of the in light from Luna.
Yeah, usually he wants to go for the GC side sig there, or down sig, try to close off the stock off the Blaster's end light. But seeing as he used his end light for the start of it on that Nair follow up, he wasn't able to get it. Now, Snowy just completely destroyed Fakey's not second stock, last stock there. We saw him get the dodge read for 1 second on the crossover of him coming back from the left side, took him all the way to the right side, and then took him back from the right to the center where Luna was waiting to follow up. And it just, even with not being able to play the game there, you see an insane amount of damage out from the blue team, right? Only just slightly, like, well, Snowy doing 630, but besides that, the blue team doing an even split of damage, both over the 400 range. This game is going to be close, and it's coming to game 5 here.
We're seeing Java start to ban out stages. We've kind of had the same thing every time. We've had Apocalypse, we've had Demon Island, and we've had Western Air Temple, and we've really just been going to Apocalypse. There is some time being taken right now by Luna and Snowy. They do have momentum on their side. So yeah, we're just going back to Apocalypse. I didn't know if maybe they were taking a little bit more time. We might be thinking about this one, but no, we're going back to Apocalypse. Snowy, of course, coming in on this Onyx. Luna, of course, with the loop crossover from Cross. The Chronix is still living strong. It does not want to give it up to Fakey and Java, despite what happened at the Summer Championship.
Now, weapons are going to be the Axe and Blasters for the open, and the Blasters are doing work already. The Ground Pound is going to lead to even more damage. And Luna playing neutral so well here. He's gotten the most of the hits so far in this game. But now that everyone has a weapon, it may be a different story. Fakey starting the juggles off with these Nairs, following up on Java's combo as well with it. And now the damage is really coming in for the blue team. They're doing exactly what they want to do with this comp, flying around the map with the high speed and following up each other with the fast weapon. But Luna, a completely insane option off the platform to side sig, not GC, just slightly slide charged off, is going to take Java's first stock away from him. But Fakey is relatively healthy here, and now we're probably going to see that kind of game where it's like, all right, you take the aggression here, you take the forward approach.
It seemed like in the moment that they were going to be hunting for the KO on Luna to try and tie things up, but they were able to put out quite a bit of damage onto Snowy. He was in danger of being knocked out. Now he's in the 1v2 situation. Ooh, a little bit of an interrupt there after the D-Light from Fakey. Added up a little bit of team damage coming out from Java, so they weren't able to find the stock on Snowy. And if Java gets taken out here, this is devastating. And if Snowy gets back, it doesn't even matter that he lost that stock. It's now 4 stocks to 3, a fantastic trade for Snowy. That's the art of the deal coming out for him. Again, you said it earlier, and we've seen it so many different times throughout this set. There have been a couple games where Snowy's been bullied out, but when you give him a moment on the edge, he is absolutely going to take away your stock. He's going to destroy your game plan, and he's going to change the game.
That was an extremely interesting angle as well too, because we just saw him go start that ground pound way above the ledge, right? Just start charging it down, hunting for Java, and all it took was it to hit. As soon as it hit, the weapon throw came out, and if you're not going to get it by the weapon throw, I know exactly where you have to go, the down air to confirm, and like we said, losing that stock doesn't matter because he's just up 1, and now he's up just, well, still 1 more because he loses his, and Java loses his last stock in the game. Fakey still has 2, but there's 2 people on the board you have to play against, and now you have 1.
They instantly pick up that stock. Fakey's on last stock. I don't even think he really got a single hit once Java was taken out of the game. He's at the weapon disadvantage here. He's able to grab it really right out from underneath Snowy, who was camped on that top platform. He's doing a decent job at least getting this maybe second stock from Luna until this moment. They had the soft platform there to help him out. Oh no, they almost had the 0 to hero. It was almost over right there. It's still likely going to be over. Snowy may just play a little bit conservatively here as he waits for Luna to come back in, and they're going to end that one right there, just like that. Snowy and Luna, it seemed like Fakey and Java had the solution to the Chronix question. But that's not the case here, at least not so far. They have a chance. They're going to go down into the elimination bracket, so all is not lost for them. This was, of course, on the winner's side of the bracket, but Snowy and Luna in Game 5 are going to take that one. Look at the beautiful sharing of the responsibility, Remy. 3 KOs from Luna, 3 KOs from Snowy, 505 damage from Luna, 502 damage from Snowy. So they cut that one right down the middle.
Another thing I want to look at there is 0 team damage from Luna. That guy was playing, well, a perfect game almost, right? We're seeing him split the KO, split the damage, and all of that while not even touching your teammate a single time, not even with a weapon throw onto your teammate. That's some precision. That's good aiming if I've ever seen it.
They're
now
just
moving. Oh, go ahead.
They're straight up gaming. They're just absolutely gaming right now. They're showing us like the Luna and Snowy that we know. They're showing us like the peak Luna and Snowy. How have their placements been recently? Let me just look at that before we move on to the next.
They won DreamHack
set
Dallas.
These two. Yeah, like they got third at Summer Championship, which is solid. But like this is getting back to Dallas, where they got first.
Right.
This is getting back to, let's see, when's the previous time? Shoot, even San Diego. They struggled in San Diego, not even getting ninth place there. So that was tough for them. But it seems like a lot of people are back now. Like Pugsy's doing really well in 2v2. Is Pugsy back now? Like Sandstorm, of course, in 1v1s. Is Sandstorm back now? It seems like everybody's really coming back.
It's the reawakening. They're telling me I need to start signing up because something's in these pools, something's in these brackets where it's like you're just gonna feel it surge through your body, honestly. So a lot of people, like you mentioned, have been coming back. We've seen Pugsy. We're talking about him. We're seeing him in this lobby, locked in on the Maggie. He's going through all his Jala crossovers. He's been their resident Jala player the entire time.
Now Phazon is hovered on the Tesca. Is he going to play this Tesca? Because he's been playing Onyx today alongside Cody Travis's Barraza. Now, of course, I'm not believing
Cody.
anything I'm seeing because Cody was
haven't patched it yet, bro.
Covered on the Cassidy.
He's been playing too much experimental.
It's not time yet.
It's not out yet.
It needs a little bit more time before that makes it into the real patch. So just relax on the Cassidy picks out here. Don't go crazy, dude.
This guy thinks he knows something we don't, and maybe he does. Maybe he's gonna pull out the Cassidy for us, mix it with the Tesca, and we're gonna be absolutely jaw dropped as they take it further into the bracket, into the cross Onyx, and finally show us what we've been looking for. But Pugsy, he's calm. He's sitting on this Maggie pick, and Wub is not here yet. But if we're gonna talk about his pick, it was that the Arbiter on that Sidra crossover, and he was doing a lot of work with it. I think that last game we saw him hit like 5 N6 in a row on Cannon, and he was given the ninja vibes, OB Jackie vibes.
Like are Cody Travis and Phazon back as well? That's a question that is now on my mind. You know, I kind of thought that they have kind of settled in their place and relevance in the Brawlhalla 2v2 meta with regards to the other teams that, of course, risen up over time. But, I mean, tournaments like this, like the League Trolli Brawlhalla Bash, we're seeing Cody Travis and Phazon placing extremely well, of course, in the top 4. They've been in the candy for a minute. Maybe that's just it. Maybe it's truly the candy difference that comes through.
I keep telling
Cody
people,
Travis and Phazon.
Like, these puny penny pools are not enough. We need something more, and Trolli has blessed us, has hooked us up with real competition. Because what other reason would Phazon and Cody have in 2023 to take out Boomy Sandstorm like they did, right?
I can't think of
I think it was them that knocked them down in the winners bracket. I watched that game off stream. It was Boomy Sandstorm taking the loss to the Phazon Cody, and that's candy diff, because it was the 8th place match too. They knew they just had to win that, and they were in, so they gave that their all. It's always going to be candy diffs. Now, we have Java leaving and join, but the Wubs guy, he's still not here, and we already had the gracious goodness of talking about his game. Pugsy and Wubs taking on Boomy Sandstorm earlier. A 3-0, first of all, right? Like, not many teams can say, yeah, we just casually 3-0'd Boomy Sandstorm. It was whatever. And they were playing Chronix as well, so it was just chill. But now Wubs and Pugsy can say that.
So we have 2 teams now in our top 4 who did not top 8 at the Summer Championship. Literally a week ago. Pugsy and Wubs got 9th, and Cody and Phazon also got 9th just a week ago, and now they find themselves in the top 4 here. They're going to be battling for that guaranteed top 3 placement. Of course, we are in the elimination bracket, so a loss here means you're done. You're going to be finishing in 4th place today. The winner will move on to face Java and Fakey in the elimination finals. It seems like we're now seeing Phazon hovering over the actual legend he will be playing. Of course, it's back to the Onyx. I expect Cody Travis to bring in the Barraza as well. I like that Pugsy is kind of going between. He was playing the
he was playing the Finn,
Simon
all of, like,
which is awesome.
He was playing the Finn
because
all of like the pass. And then when these new skins drop, he was like, I love Pugsy because he doesn't even ask like, yo, which skin do you think is cool? He goes, which skin makes the least amount of noise, do you think? and he runs them all through training mode doing the signal. He's like, all right, this is the quietest one. I think I'm going to play this one for this tournament.
I didn't know he did that.
But yeah, he doesn't play them because he thinks they're awesome. He just looks for the quietest SIGs. And he's decided that it's either Simon or Maggie. and he just rotates between the two of them. I think that's the point where he picks which one is coolest for him.
I thought that maybe we were gonna see Finn kind of make its way more into the meta beyond Pugsy, and so he was picking the drip that other people weren't. Because if you play Brawlhalla, you're of course for the most part people are going to be playing Finn. Everybody loves the Finn crossover. It's a fantastic crossover. So you pick the Simon because nobody else plays Simon. I saw Pugsy playing the Simon earlier, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't even know that character's name. I know it's a Brawlhalla crossover, but I don't even know the crossover's actual name because you never see anybody play it.
Yeah, the Brawlhavania crossover. Now it's that crossover is actually really good as well. We also get that a la carte Ezio, but going into the game, the blue team taking the brunt of the red team's attacks here, opening. It looks like both of them are going to take a fall here. Yep. Now that all stemmed off of the back of Wubs' down sig, and Pugsy is untouched, by the way. I don't know if I
didn't even notice that. I did not.
Yeah, Pugsy has not been hit.
Okay. Now he finally got hit by some guy. I think he got tapped by a weapon toss. Now Cody's trying to do the same thing on his second stock, and he's been doing a good job so far. He gets away from that down air. Now back on the main platform, sidelight nair. He's still been untouched on this second stock, charging up that ground pound. You know he was going to get hit and punished after that one. But the follow-up from Phazon, they got the stock, see if they get the full team wipe. If Phazon gets taken out here, no. They did get the full team wipe. Phazon took some punishment, but they're going to turn around, put that focus on the Pugsy. The 2v1 potential here from the blue team. Fantastic work.
Now Pugsy just went from being untouched on his first stock to just taking so much damage to the point where it's basically even. They have a slight lead considering Phazon's in knockout here. He's going to have to play a bit safe, or he's going to have to give up that stock and default back into playing the game on a fresh one. But for the most part, the red team, they're not going to be too happy with that because of how big the lead they had was.
It's starting to get a lot closer between these two teams. Wubs is the least damaged so far. The dodge from Pugsy turns that around, takes out Phazon with the sword down air. Cody was really high in the air. He's able to get back onto the main platform. The unarmed recovery. Okay, Pugsy turns around, hits the falling side air. That's going to take out Cody Travis.
Now Wubs was already red there, so he just went and took it on both of them because it's not going to knock out your teammate, but he's going to take out the enemy, and you're going to take that trade considering your teammate's already red. And this edge guard situation. Now, right before we talked about that sider, I was going to mention Pugsy. I don't give him enough respect for it, and people don't give him enough respect for it, but he's one of the best edge guarders in the game when it comes to sword. And we were talking about Snowy's edge guards earlier with just about every weapon, but when sword is in Pugsy's hands, I've never seen such well-placed ground pounds and down airs come out so consistently back to back. And now the blue team here going for saves on each other. It's not going to work as Wubs just completely controlling the left side of that map.
What is up with Wubs today? So somebody's got to check. I don't know what they put in the water. Do you know where he's from?
Bro. He's a Westie. He's a Westie. I don't know if he wants to give too much information on where he's from, but he is going to be usually a West Coast player.
Something in the water. New Yorkers talk about how great the New York water is and the pizza, and it makes the bagels taste better. But I want to drink the water wherever Wubs is from because dude is different today. For real, Wubs is actually putting out one of the performances of his entire career today.
Dude, the weapon throw into GC downlight in the air, right? He's probably the player in NA that does the weapon throw downlight most on stage, right? A lot of people don't really go for that just because of how dangerous it is, but even in tournament, and I've seen him on his stream just straight up in training room practicing it, weapon throw, dash forward, downlight, pick up the weapon and get a combo off. As I say that the blue team is going crazy with these edge guards, going to take out Pugsy instantly. But yeah, Wubs is the one that does those combos the most, and we just see him did it with no stage for the GC for the downlight. He says, "All right, I'll make my own stage, weapon throw, GC downlight, and then gets the ground pound off." Absolutely wild. Now coming into this game, wait.
He's so good.
This guy is. I mean, this is. This guy's doing something different. You're right about that water. Maybe it's just the Trolli in the title. Wubs sees Trolli in title, and he has to do the breakdances on stage. Pugsy needs to keep up with him as he enters his last stock here. The N6s are coming out trying to take Cody's stock away, and Phazon is probably going to be the focus here from the red team.
I'm seeing 4 stocks to 5 in favor of the blue team, but I almost don't care because Wubs has 3. Now he has 2, but I still don't care. The way
I still don't care.
Playing, it doesn't. It seems like there's no lead that the blue team can have that I don't expect Wubs to have like a serious potential of winning. See if they can force this 2v1 against Phazon. He's actually doing a really good job of putting out damage and really not taking too much between the two. He's going to completely disengage from Wubs on the edge. He's still hunting for those down signatures that really opened up the beginning of last game. He did find one over on the edge this game. Again, he's really hunting for him.
You can see exactly how Pugsy has to play this game. Like, it is Jolly, so he is trying to get back on stage like there. We saw him E2 down 6, just trying to make it back, because really you have to have some usefulness to your teammate, right? You have to participate somewhat. But you can just see it's just so hard on his last stock there, and he does get closed out of that out of the game there. But Wubs was trying to do a lot for it. We saw a couple missed follows, but the hits were there, and if we can see Pugsy close it up and bring it in more in line to what we usually see him play, right? This looks like an off game. We can see what we usually see. The red team has a really good argument here for winning this series.
Now you're seeing that Phazon is dominating. That means he's picked up 3 stocks on his second stock, so he's done that without falling onto his final. Blue team's extremely healthy here. They're really just gonna they're gonna poke at Wubs until they can set up for the combo. It's kind of getting a little bit sloppy here for the blue team though. Like, you just saw some team damage come out. Wubs is just like, he's just doing work on a Cody. Now he's trying to turn things around on Phazon, and nothing is happening to Wubs so far.
They're just looking to close off at this point. Just one hit. That's the end light. Follow up with the side air, and that is finally going to close off that game. And like you were saying, it was getting a bit dicey, but 4 stocks to play with. You're allowed to make a couple mistakes even before you lose it. So at the end there, the blue team does take it off without losing any of the stocks. Damage split. More in Cody's favor, but basically even, only 60-ish ahead. So the blue team playing with their synergy there. Their follow-ups are on point.
Single weapon damage really coming out from Phazon. It's mostly the gauntlets that game. It was 3 digits. It was in like the 400s on the gauntlets compared to the 2 digits on, of course, the unarmed kit and the cannon as well. So he's been mainly focusing on that. Cody's been doing more on the axe, but last game he also had, I think it was like 168 on the blaster. So a better spread between the two. Meanwhile, Phazon's mostly been focusing on the gauntlets so far.
This time we're going to Western Air Temple. I think this is the first one we've seen in the top 4,
yes.
right? It's the first time we've been onto this map in the top 4, and Wubs is absolutely carrying FaZe onto the left side. He takes him all the way to the left and then says, I can't continue this in this direction. Let me just turn around, GCN light, and continue him back to the map. Just a bunch of damage onto Wubs, but Cody managed to find damage onto Phazon. So now they swap, and Wubs will just find the damage onto Cody for him.
He's seriously so good today. This is a team that got 9th at Summer Championships. And all of a sudden, dude, his Sidra is looking amazing. I'm glad we have the Arbiter crossover skin so that we can see the Arbiter doing all of this.
Now, during the Summer Championships, it is good to point out that Wubs was playing Lord Vrax, and traditionally is a Blasphemous player. So he was playing the Vrax and he was playing the Brawlhalla, which has mainly been his 2 picks for the most part. But now we're seeing him on this cannon as he just gets 2 hits and creates space for him and his teammate to get back to the stage there. Downline set from Pugsy. He's finally going to get the first stock out of this game in a minute in.
Pugsy ended up ending that ground pound on the main platform. Not sure if you wanted to put it there or if you wanted to just ride down right up against that wall. Taking off the top down for Cody Travis.
Gets the unarmed and light.
Yup.
He's going to take that recovery, but Phazon able to track his movement just enough to get that nair off the top. And now Pugsy is the only one on his first stock. That Jala defense putting in the work, I guess, but the end light is finally going to close them off.
They have the chance to do some serious damage to Wubs here. Phazon doesn't really rotate over to help out Cody. He trusts Cody to do it, meanwhile setting his sights onto Pugsy. Of course, the gauntlets, the main weapon he's been using, back in his hand. Big ground pound from Wubs, and he gets the KO, putting Phazon onto final stock. 4 stocks to 3. The 3, of course, belonging to the blue team, but that was huge. That was an early KO from Cody Travis on the Brawlhalla Axe side signature, and now they're putting the pressure onto Pugsy in the 2v1 combo. Fantastic damage that they put out so quickly, but that side sig from Cody was clutch.
We're talking about the side sig. What cannon read is side light ground pound? What is the read? Where are you doing
That's
that?
That's a Wubs classic,
apparently,
baby. That's a Wubs classic.
Apparently Wubs has figured out for us. He's also figured out how to close off Cody's stock with that downlight recovery. And now the sights are set onto Phazon. Getting a bit aggressive off stage. You can see Phazon trying to turn it on with them with these nairs. And it doesn't frighten Wubs. It goes right back off stage. The down stick's going to be a little over aggressive there as he has to weapon to make it back up. Faison playing the edge here, gets the sideline Pugsy. That's not going to be enough for the stock just yet.
What was that from Wubs? He did the D-light into the turnaround side air right along the ground. Trying to turn around, set his sights on
gone
the
here.
Yeah, Pugsy's now on to final stocks. It's 2 stocks to 2. He's going to be hunting for a weapon, hoping a spawn comes in quickly. They're putting pressure on a Cody. A little bit of team damage comes out.
The side air follow-up.
Somehow the team damage puts Wubs in the perfect spot to find the side air on the cannon to take Cody out of the game. Now it's Faison. He's going to have to try and make a couple bans on his Lonely. I don't know if he can do it. It's Pugsy versus Faison. Pugsy in the yellow. Faison at the weapon disadvantage. Pugsy at stage control. Somehow Faison's able to grab the gauntlets.
That was such an interesting interaction there. Faison wanted to throw his weapon up to create some space for himself coming back up. Hits the wall with it. Just doesn't bother to pick it back up. Says forget the cannon. And Pugsy is feeling kind of modest. Says, alright, I don't want my weapon either. Throws his axe off stage. And Faison still ends up picking up the weapon first. Even with the stage disadvantage. Now, they both have the weapons of choices. This is what we opt for. And Faison, while finding the brunt of the hits, only needs to take one before his stocks go. And Pugsy closes that game off.
And that's why you saw Pugsy, it looked like he felt safe throwing out a bunch of side airs. Like, he was just kind of fishing for the side airs. They're hoping to just pick it up, but also, like, putting fear into Faison, because any one of those, one might take out the stock, but 2 could also set up the edge guard that would confirm the stock in the long run. So Pugsy was able to just throw those out, and Faison wasn't able to punish any of them because it was too risky.
Now we're entering match point here, right? So that does mean since this eliminations have the bracket, if Faison and Cody take this loss here, we're going to see Pugsy and Wubs move on into that top 3 spot that they want so bad. And it is something to think about. It hasn't happened, but Faison is a player with a lot of picks here. Maybe he's trying to ride this Onyx through and get it into a position where he's confident taking it into the majors as well, right? Because we've seen Faison before go into these tournaments, and he'll have the Val ready, he'll have the Hattori ready, he'll have the Wushang ready, and he's carried on the gauntlets from 2 of his picks into this. Bringing the cannon is something new, and he wants to get comfortable with it. He's even playing it at elimination point.
I feel like so many of the times that we've seen Faison swap, oh, the double D-Sig, no way! Are they going to be able to confirm any stock here? The ground pound from Pugsy sends Cody down. He's able to still dodge and get over back to the wall. Wubs is still hunting for the D-Sig. Faison falls, and that's a double knockout from Wubs.
The red team with such a convincing lead in this game already. You can already see and they also have so much stage control, right? That's something oh, Cody with another really, really good side stick, gonna take the lead and throw it away from them. The side stick from Pugsy is gonna go wide, but he still has the stock to play with now. I was gonna say, we see a lot of teams get good leads here, and they push them forward, but the red team just opting to play that middle ground on the stage there. We just saw a lot of nairs and Sairs come out, and the blue team having to respect it and go to the off stage there. Really good stuff from them to try to build a lead for themselves here, and now you can just still see it coming out from Wubs, the aerial gameplay. I mean, if you told me this just wasn't Wubs, I'd believe you, by the way, right? Like, no disrespect, but he's just completely juggling Cody Travis here on stage, like, at all points of the map. He's playing out of his mind today.
Yeah, I think if you told me you'd give me $5 if I guessed correctly whether it was Wubs or not, I would probably say it's not Wubs. But I'm going forward, I'm going to put a lot more respect on Wubs' name, 100%.
So you just have to.
He survives that one, but the pickup from Cody to get the double KO, all of a sudden that's going to give them the lead. It's 4 stocks to 2. Pugsy and Wubs on final stocks here. That was huge. Pugsy and Wubs are up a game, so a victory here from Cody and Faison means we move on to game 5. An L here for Cody and Faison means they're out. They're stuck in 4th place. They don't medal.
That side air follow from Wubs is so on point, and then the down like Sarah is going to close off the stock on the other side. Now they have some room to work with here. They are slightly damaged, but that's not going to be enough to like push you out of the game or make it too hard for you to play, right? And we're already seeing it come through. The fall up onto Cody there. The side air once more is going to bring the damage closer in point with all of them. And even though Cody's Barraza, we've been seeing him just get knocked out as soon as he enters red. The follow-ups have been on point. The side airs are catching him. The recoveries are catching him. And the stocks are going. So if they can just even up the damage here, it looks possible.
One thing, like, I talk about Cody playing sort of quote-unquote like out-of-date legend a lot, as he almost gets soloed on the edge, double recovery coming through. He safely gets back on the main platform and gets over to Pugsy to hit that. There's the neutral light. Ah, Faison's not in the right spot
Side is so
to follow up
aggressive.
with the neutral air. Pugsy. Faison actually pulled out of the ground pound just a little bit early. That gave Pugsy the room to get over, touch the wall, but that ground pound does make a connection. Wubs in the 1v2. Both members of the blue team. Oh, he goes for a GC
That
and it gets interrupted by the wall and blows up there. But you see, blue team is not confident yet against Wubs. He's over on the wall. Faison, he's gonna back up. They gotta be careful.
He's going for a side air. Now Wubs with the dash landings and just playing off his movement here, waiting for a weapon. He's gonna pick up the sword, and the blue team still not confident, like you're saying. You're seeing them only go forward with these weapon throws. The side air is gonna close it off, but you can just see how scared they were there. Cody just frantically jumping after wasting his dodge, knowing Wubs wants that recovery so bad.
It's so sick that we got Game 5 Luna Snowy Java Fakey, and now we're getting Game 5 for Pugsy Wubs versus Faison and Cody Travis. This top 4 has been fantastic so far. I am loving this.
And we're going right back into it. There's still one more match to go on the elimination side here, and it could just truly be anyone's game. We're not even going to change the maps up. The Apocalypse is still open. Western Air Temple is still open. Demon Island would be the oddball here. It's the one we haven't seen yet, but I don't think they're going to go to it with the way Wubs is controlling these edges.
I love looking
gonna be the Western
at their titles and seeing like BCX Finalist 16 from Pugsy, and then also like seeing 2v2 low tier City 7 champion coming out from Faison. Of course, he did that alongside my co-commentator Remy. But I love seeing that, like, in this top 4, we have our Luna, Snowy, Java, and Fakey, who are, like, quote-unquote newer players, even though they've been around for a few years now. And then we also have these 2 incredibly old teams coming out, players who've been playing for years and years and years, showing that they're still very much relevant in current Brawlhalla Esports 2023.
Now, this game has a lot more even than the other ones, but you can still see the red team kind of controlling the map here, right? The blue team is the one that's more split, and you're seeing them often have to default into the edge there. But for the most part, they're back to the stage now, and Pugsy is just running with it, right? He gets them back to the stage, and it's instantly 2 sword combos, an end light, a down light recovery there. But as I say that, Faison getting some advantage there against Wubs off stage here. Cody with the down sigs. That down light there is gonna take the first stop.
Wubs is over on the left side. He's been without a weapon, it seems like, for 20 minutes at this point. He finally gets taken out off of his first stock. Pugsy's not in the worst position, but we see Cody Travis picking up the axe. He picks up a side signature. He's grabbed so many of those, carrying his opponent off screen before he adds that final dump of variable force on the end to take away stocks in orange. There you see him hunting for it. He wants to pick it up again. We've seen him do it so many different times today. Faison was almost out of jumps down below. Ends up getting the stock onto Pugsy. Cody picked that one up. Faison was just a little bit too far away to pick up the GC in light.
That was a surprising option as well, because we usually will see the GC downlight back to the stage there, because you can get that aerial version of the downlight there, but he opts to go for reverse endlight, just gonna probably send him away and try to go back on Pugsy when he lands there. Doesn't work out, and now Wubs still has the stock to play with. Cody is the damage one on the blue team. The side sig actually gets interrupted by what looked to be Cody, I think?
Yes.
Doesn't matter too much. Downlight Nair is going to close off that stock, and now Wubs. We've been praising his gameplay throughout the entire day, but now he's going to have to take this back foot here because Pugsy's going to have to do a lot. He's the one that has to do the work here, playing on this second stock here. Side light Nair is going to take out Cody's last stock.
No!
Wubs going over aggressive. The side air is his teammate. It's fine. Everything's a bit even here. Faison has room to play with, but it's possible they can take the aggression onto Cody and take the stock away from him before Faison becomes too big of a problem.
Now, we've seen so many Faison and Cody Travis tournament runs end in games where, like, Faison just gets taken out so quickly and Cody's stuck in the 1v2. But here, Faison is the one doing the surviving. Even when he was pushed over onto the right side, you saw that side air from Wubs ended up taking out Pugsy. They're still putting the pressure onto Pugsy. He was stuck in between Faison and Cody Travis. So Faison's doing a fantastic job, not only with his survivability, but his playmaking has been solid this game as well. He's really stepping it up. Does get knocked out by the D-Light recovery. Cody Travis gets back.
Side air.
Fantastic follow from Pugsy, and they knock Cody out.
That was such good pressure from them both. The end light comes on. The Cider is going to be the follow-up. It always will be the follow-up there in that position. Their team combo just slightly drops. But it always is going to be the follow-up there. But what the weapon throw does is force his dodge out, and then you see Pugsy right there waiting for that Cider on his last option, to jump recovery. He just instantly calls out and gets the Cider before the recovery can even come out. Now in the 1v2, they get the team combo. Doesn't KO, but all of that damage is now showing onto Phazon's HP bar as he's just one hit away from the red team taking it 3-2.
Oh, a little bit of team damage again. Last time we saw a Sword Cider hit, it was Wubs taking out Pugsy with that team damage. Phazon does have a weapon. That Cider is going to do it, and Pugsy and Wubs guaranteed top 3. And you pointed it out. We were praising Wubs all day. Of course, it was very much due. He was very much due that credit. But this game, it seemed like Wubs was struggling a little bit. He hit the side air on his teammate, ended up taking away Pugsy's stock. He did 453 damage, which is pretty good, but you can also see that accident on his side. But on the other side, right next to him, Pugsy, 631 damage, 5 KOs as well. This team is so strong. And let me remind you, who was one of Pugsy's previous teammates? Luna. Now he's an amazing 2v2 player, a tournament-winning 2v2 player. Who was one of Pugsy's previous teammates? Wubs. Not Wubs. Snowy. Who is a storied and tournament-winning 2v2 player? Snowy. Is Wubs next up? That's my biggest question.
I mean, well, forget next up, bro. He's here. I'm scared now. I'm scared right now.
That's true. That's
especially
true.
in this bracket as he goes into the top 3. It's something we're definitely gonna have to see here. They're gonna remain in the lobby as they are coming up next. But I'm wondering if we have a break. I don't know if production's gonna. Yeah, we are gonna toss it.
That we are heading to in just a few moments. Make sure to be back. It's not gonna be too long. You don't want to miss a single second of the top 3 of the League Trolli Brawlhalla Bash, brought to you in part by Brawlhalla, Trolli, and NSIG here. It's a three-person handshake coming around to bring you this incredible event.
The bearded brawlers. It is a 4-person handshake.
It's a 4-person handshake. I'm sorry. Also special thanks to Slow Motion. I forgot.
I keep my boy Slow Motion in the loop, man.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do him like that. So much work has been done to bring you this wonderful event, and it's truly like it's just beginning. We have 1v1s tomorrow, and then after the break, we still have the rest of top 3 here.
Yep.
I can't wait.
Elimination
Remy, you got
finals
anything
coming
before
up.
we head to a break?
I'm just gonna sit back. The elimination finals is coming up. We've got Java, Fakey, and Pugsy Wubs waiting here. These are 2 relatively new teams. They just started this year, so you're definitely gonna want to see this when we get back. Yeah, we'll be right back.
these hot summer nights, perfect time to find some worms. See if we can't find ourselves a little snack. It's a little bit too rocky right here. They normally don't like that. Might be able to hear some of the frogs in the background. They're thirsty for some worms too. Now, it hasn't rained in a while, which means they usually like to come up to the surface to get each and every drop. Let's see if we can find some. Made sure to eat a light dinner. Uh-oh, look at that. Oh, we got ourselves a nest. Oh, buddy. Oh, yeah. Get these rocks out of the way. Oh, ain't nothing like fresh worms. Oh my God, they're so good. My name's Sparky878, and in partnership with Brawlhalla and Trolli, I'll be casting the League Trolli Brawlhalla Bash with a $3,000 prize pool. You know, if you can't catch fresh worms yourself, you can also get a worms prize package directly from Trolli. Now, we're live right now, so make sure to tune in over at twitch.tv/NSIGofficial. I'll be over there with a belly full of fresh worms, and let me tell you, they were delicious. And we are back. We are getting into the nitty-gritty here. We are in the elimination finals, Remy. We're in the guaranteed top 3. On the top side in the grand finals is Luna and Snowy. Then on the bottom side, what we're about to see, Java and Fakey versus Pugsy and Wubs. This will determine who goes up to fight against Luna and Snowy. And I truly don't know what to expect between these two teams. The way Wubs is playing today, I mean, heck, even the way Pugsy's playing today, especially in that final game, extremely well playing for Pugsy. But Java and Fakey, like they're also showing us incredible things every game as well.
How can you talk so casually about what you did after what you did?
What? I just hungry for some worms.
This is not how it was supposed to go today, man. I was supposed to watch Brawlhalla, and instead I'm watching from the ground, Sparky?
You gotta get them fresh.
I know that you guys like fish over there, but bro, you were eating them like by yourself, man.
I got I had a lot of dirt in my mouth, more dirt than I expected. I was chewing gritty the rest of the evening.
I mean, I'll give it to you. You're a hunter. That's more than I can say,
That's
man.
True.
I found my wife years ago, and I've been happy ever since. I can't blame you too much. But we are getting into this top 3 like you were talking about, and Java, Fakey, Pugsy, Wubs. Those are the names. Brawlhalla is the game. The bans are coming through. We've got the same picks here. The double, then one on both sides. So not double, but one on both sides here, and we're going back to Apocalypse. We've been seeing it all day. We've been seeing Apocalypse all day, and this time we got the Summer Champions versus Pugsy, a person who has won championships, and Wubs, not yet a champion himself, but maybe looking to become the Trolli one the way he's been playing.
He might be, but it's you mentioned it right before we went to that break about like Java and Fakey being a relatively new team, and that goes here as well. If you look at the history between these two teams, it's virtually nothing. The only one tournament that they played it. Oh, is Pugsy gonna get taken out here? Java all the
No, he's out, but he might reverse it.
Yeah, can he turn this? Let's see. Are they gonna get Wubs as well? They get the full team wipe, Java and Fakey.
Now, what I want to point out there is just how crazy it is that Pugsy even gets like a split chance to reverse it on Fakey, and Java is just there immediately with such a perfect play there that it leads to Wubs also taking a fall, just trying to help out his teammate. And now the combos are right back on it. We're seeing fall-ups that once again I said, vertical, not even just back and forth horizontal. They had no stage to play with. Those combos are happening off stage. He's getting carried to the top of the map. Such a lead for the blue team here.
I love that so many different teams are able to like extend those combos. Cause yeah, exactly. Oh my, dude, this is so much destruction. onto the red team. They're absolutely getting wiped. Okay, at least Wubs did find the neutral air there to turn that one around to take Java off the top. But the fact that we're seeing so many different teams now understand how to extend their 2v1 combos from like left to right rather than the standard like sandwich setup that we're used to.
That downlight recovery from Java onto Wub, sending him high, and then Pugsy comes to apply some pressure on him, and it's a ground pound to the top of his head almost instantly. And the best part about all that is, after that, what you basically call a random ground pound onto Pugsy, Fakey is still there ready to fall off with the sideline on the platform.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wubs was only able to do 144 damage. I'm glad that his in-game taunt is him with the old-timey scuba helmet on, because you know inside that helmet he's crying. I'd be crying too after I just got whipped like
Sometimes
that.
you gotta hide your tears, tend to the fishes, you know, just care for nature a bit, come back stronger in game 2, because that, I mean, Game 1 was just a mop. Game 1 was absolute domination from your summer champions there. And now we're seeing Apocalypse wiped off the board from Pugsy. He says we're going to have to do something else, and it is the Miami Dome option. Now, this is an interesting thing. I know you were in casting grands in that set, but Miami Dome was the map that we saw Java and Fakey really take their losses on. Anime Fan and, well, his name is Anime now. Anime and Hideaway opting to go to this map till they couldn't anymore because Java just wouldn't let it happen. So maybe this is the key to it. Maybe Pugsy wants to see if he can take him out on this map instead.
And not just the stage switch, but also the legend switch as well, as Wubs is now playing Barraza, hoping he can get a little bit cheeky with the GC N-Sig, just like he got cheeky with the D-Sig when he was playing Sidra. Wasn't able to find purchase there. Still continuing the cheekiness over on the edge. Pugsy.
The double edge guard?
Yep, that's it. That's it for Pugsy. Are they going to get the full team wipe again?
Second. A split second of where Wubs said, all right, I'm done off stage. I'm going to go on. Pugsy's still off for just 1 second. The blue team just instantly runs at him and takes him off the edge together. Without hitting each other, I might add. So just a perfect double edge guard with both players next to each other here. They're doing it again. What? Well, there's just nothing that can be said for the red team here.
Pugsy, this game, I don't want to call it now, but at least this game I think is basically over. I don't see Java and Fakey throwing this. I don't see Pugsy and Wubs being able to turn up that much to deal with what has happened so far, as Wubs continues to take more damage, even the down air. Java tried turning around the side air to send Wubs over to the blast zone. The D-Sig does get punished, but it's just the unarmed hit from Wubs. He moves over, grabs the blasters. Pugsy on the edge, dangerous again.
Now you're finally seeing the red team even get to play the game here. Finally have some footing on the map, and even on the map, on stage, the blue team just completely dominates. A double edge guard again. Just there's nowhere you can go. Because Fakey is covering everything else, even up there. As you take out Java, Fakey is there, covering the rest of it.
Don't go to this map.
What map can you go to? Like APOC didn't go well. What map can you go to?
You at least don't go to the dome, because every time Pugsy was down there, he couldn't go anywhere because of that pillar. I don't know, like the result would probably not have changed if he could go under the stage and go to the other side, but I think you at least try to hope for a miracle and don't go to the dome again, dude, because Pugsy got stuck under the stage and had nowhere to go. It was the pillar of Miami Dome, and then it was just the 2v2 power, the entire stage control, edge control, top of the map control, soft platform control. Everything you can control on that stage was under control by Java Fakey.
It's like that one meme where it's like, yeah, this guy would be good. He just needs to work on his stage control, combo game, aggressiveness, passive options, edge guards. Except blue team has worked on it all, and they're just completely running over the red team with it.
Yeah, I think red team could win if they weren't getting outplayed on the edge, on the stage, in the 2v1 combo, in the 1v1, in the edge guard, everywhere.
Character select screen.
Straight up, just
somehow they convinced Wubs to get on Barraza that game, so they're getting outplayed in champ select as well. Everywhere, it's just the blue team taking advantages.
And you see him moving quickly. He's moving back to the Sidra. He's like, okay, we played that game and not anymore. We'll give it once.
No, we can give Wubs his credit on the Barraza. There is like a joke that I think it was like May told it to me, and he was like, the good thing about Wubs' Barraza is because he'll do the N-Sig and you won't expect it, but you'll dodge it. So he'll do it again, and then he'll do it again and again until it finally hits you. and you won't expect it after the third one. He just keep going with it. But he is off the Brawlhalla now. He's back onto the Syndra.
Yeah, I don't think he hit a single one.
Lead.
I don't think any of his instigs actually made a connection, and yeah, he was going for him. So, I mean, they actually have a lead this game as Java and Fakey are both in the yellow. It is a small lead, but a lead nonetheless. So definitely a good turnaround after last game. You got to forget that things like that happen rather than letting it stay on your mental. And as I say this, Java and Fakey are just picking up the 2v1 combo, and now they have the lead.
The red team getting a nice combo of themselves. Java tapping in that last bit of damage for them there with the side light, but also interrupting the combo, so getting his team out of there at the cost of just a light hit. Now Fuzzy off stage, we were talking about his edge guards, but it's gonna be Wubs that gets the double knockout on the edge guard. They get this last hit on Java. Right there.
Okay.
You see the spacing for it. He just didn't want to overextend, and now wall slip kicked in. But he is going to be able to get some footing on this map before it takes him off stage.
I was worried that Wubs was pushing a little bit too hard and was going to get hit and give the chase dodge over to Java, who would then chase dodge up and get over to the wall. But no, he was playing around it.
The double there.
Okay. Can they take out Java here? Fakey went down.
Now Java, I want to talk about that option he went for because it was just so insanely aggressive. We just saw him run off and go for that recovery, trying to hit Pugsy with the forward hitbox of it. Pugsy getting right over it, gets that first down there. And like I said, the edge guards from Pugsy are so calm, cool, and collected. He knows to go for the second one, and then Wubs is just right there to confirm an easy edge guard for them. And now they have this 1v2.
We didn't see a D-Sig coming out from Wubs on the edge just because they have such a lead. But no, they're going to play it controlled, they're going to be very careful, and they're going to take that game. The momentum has, I don't want to say it's now in Pugsy and Wubs' favor, but it's at least been stifled from the side of Fakey and Java after the previous games that we saw. Oh my goodness, the Miami Dome game was just destruction. In the APOC game right before that, somehow they've been able to kind of wrangle control back to their side.
The red team are going to lock in first here. Now the blue team, Java, looks to be the one that's taking a second to think here. What's it going to be? I don't think he's going to switch. I'm just going to rule that out now. Maybe he just needs a breather, rest his hands, eat some gummy worms, do what you have to do before we get into this game 4 here. Now, they have room to work with, so they're not in too much danger, and you see Fakey, he's already locked in. He's ready to go. Java's the one that needs a second here. And it's not surprising because he was that one that lost the stocks first there, right? He was the one that went for that aggressive option, went for that edge guard, and Pugsy turned around on him with the help of our Arbiter player here in Wubs. So going to this next game, I think we're gonna see the same characters, but now that that red team has some momentum for taking that game, it could be a competitive series here because those first 2 games were just blue team destruction all the way.
Still waiting on this one. Not sure what Java's going to be locking in here. We could see him, of course, pick the same legend again, and he just needs a breather. Or we could see him maybe move over to the Hattori. I'm looking at like his highest leveled legends. Of course, number 1 is Bodvar. He has the level 100 Bodvar. He also has a level 100 Nyx. I was completely unaware that Java spent that much time on the Nyx. Of course, he has the level 99 Hattori. So yeah, I'm not sure what Java's going to be looking for here. I don't think it was necessarily the legend pick that led to the L last game. I think Pugsy and Wubs just all of a sudden turned it up, and maybe Java and Fakey got a little bit too comfortable and kind of let it happen. We're still waiting here. Not sure what's going on.
If I see a Nyx lock-in like you were mentioning, I might just start shaking myself, honestly. If the level 100 Nyx comes out mixed with Fakey's Gaia, that's going to be a tournament I need to see. It does have the blasters, you know. Everyone loves their blasters and doubles. The follow-ups will be there from that, but be very surprising. Yeah, there's the Finn lock-in.
Okay.
Even a little bit of the synergy in levels. Sure, they're 10 apart, but only 10, so 41 and 50.
Let's see, the highest leveled Axe Legend for Java. Of course, we know highest leveled Sword is the Bodvar. It looks like, yeah, Java is Java's highest leveled Axe Legend. The next one, it's going to be his 10th highest leveled legend coming in at that level 41. His 11th highest is actually Taros. I was unaware of that as well, coming in with a level 39 Taros. And right behind that, I'll mention it just because it's strange, is a Magyar. He has a level 38 Magyar? What is this legend pool?
Strange. That's just what happens when you're a Hammer player. You just start going through them, just whatever looks cool today. I'm playing Hammer anyway. My head's hitting the keyboard as I play. It's fine. We're getting into this game 4 here. The red team is playing pretty comfortably on stage, and you can see, even though just a very slight, not even worth mentioning lead, damage is in their favor, and now Wubbs is going for the edge guard onto Java.
Wubbs without a weapon, he's able to grab it pretty quickly. He instantly goes for the D-Sig over on the edge. I'm after what you said about his Barraza and the Insig, based on what Made said, I feel like I'm seeing the same vibes coming with the sword D-Sig a little bit.
Well, we're seeing it right now with the cannon N6 come out. He hits the first one, just says, all right, throws out the second one, and actually ends with Pugsy losing his stock there.
Yeah, there was a lot of space between him and any blue team member as they were both putting pressure onto Pugsy. So a little bit of a misplay there. We'll see if they can turn it around. Pugsy instantly in the yellow, it seems like. He does hit the side air, but Fakey is going to be living using the defense on Nakaya. It's now Pugsy versus Fakey in the 1v1 just for a moment. Pugsy actually immediately retreated over to the wall. He knew he was behind, didn't want to take too much damage while Wubbs was spawning back in.
Now we're just playing some map movements here, right? No one's getting comboed, no one's getting pressured too hard, but as I say that Pugsy gets sent off stage, he's gonna opt to just run back on instantly and gets a nice 3-piece. Now the recovery would have just done it, but you gotta get the style points, you know? And as they do that, they're going for the edge guard onto Java here, but not gonna work out.
I was watching Wubbs and Java over on the left side. They were both just kind of whiffing their moves over on the edge. Wubbs kept going in with the sword ground pound, then Java would move out of the way into the push-off column, kind of rinse and repeat. That happened a few times. Now Pugsy put on a final stock much earlier than everyone else, unless they're able to close this one out from Fakey, though he's not really in KO damage just yet. It might be Java who ends up falling. That D-Sig, Java was much too in the air. The Insig coming out as well. That was his dodge, but he should be getting it back. He definitely has it back now. Oh, Wubbs with the D-Light onto
and they
Pugsy.
really need that. They need that so bad. He is going to get the double there and hopefully secure the edge guard. No, not secure the edge guard on Fakey, but they really need that because now we have Pugsy entering that orange there, and Fakey not losing that stock is such a big deal because he actually uses the remainder of it to close off Wubbs' stock, and he's still not gone yet. What extra credit can he get? None, as the downlight recovery finally takes him out. And now they have a power play onto Java off stage here. The side air, the down air.
Wubbs still spending time over on the edge. He got hit in sweat beads, but was still able to get over. He was just in yellow, so not a lot of force put out on that. But all of a sudden, the axe recovery off the top.
Wait, Pugsy?
That's one of the reasons. Can Pugsy take out Fakey here and turn it into
side air
1v1?
He opts for the side air because it's a little bit more unruly than the recovery. It's not going to send him straight up like that, so he goes for the nair, and his teammate isn't able to punish, but Pugsy is doing so much with his axe.
Yup.
Dodges just barely. He just needs one hit on either one. One hit will do it, but the combo is there.
Pugsy's fadeaway axe side airs were looking absolutely beautiful. His movement in the air, controlling himself after the side airs hit, insane. Great work from Pugsy, but it wasn't enough as that set ends. That's 3 victories for Fakey and Java. And that's, again, another game where Java is putting the rocks on his side. 4 KOs, 579 damage, also taking 593, and he still had damage to take for the rest of the game before he was going to be taken out. So he was almost averaging 200 damage per stock loss, which on Jala is incredible. We always praise Pugsy for his survivability on Jala. Like, Java is now in that court as well. He deserves to be put in that conversation as well.
I mean, if you can pilot the Jala, and we've talked about it, the Jala, yeah, I think it was sometime last year, the players in EU were saying, I don't get how NA is letting him get away with playing this Jala, because if you tried to play it here, you would get absolutely run down and destroyed. And Pugsy's just straight up told them, I don't think that's the case. I'm just good at it. I'm just great. And he showed it off at LANs, at international events. He was able to still place high with the Jala, showing the EU people that claim, that story they were telling was not the case. Now, we have Java picking up that Jala as well and doing the same thing. If you're just good at it, it's going to look absolutely amazing. There's so much value in that character's kit, especially in the Devil's Game mode. And he's taking it back here with the run back in Grand Finals against Luna Snow.
And I love seeing that adaptation from Java because, of course, like, the reason we knew about Java in the first place was really because of his Bodvar gameplay. Then all of a sudden, Hammer got nuked. and it was kind of over, at least at the time, for people playing Hammer. And it was like, okay, well, what is Java going to do? Not only did he completely change his legend, of course there's a sword carryover, but he changed to a very unique legend that very, very few people can have success with in 2v2. So this is further showing how unique of a player Java is.
Now, heading back into the grand finals here, remember that Java and Fakey already lost to this team, and they are going to be in the elimination side of things, so they have to win 2 best-of-5s here to get a knockout onto this onto the red team here. So the red team is able to lose twice, which is basically the opposite of what I just said. But yeah, they're able to lose twice here, and it looks like the first game might be a loss because the blue team is taking an advantage here so fast and so big. It felt like everything was just going even there, right, for a second, and then out of nowhere, just like that fall up there, out of nowhere, one hit led to a KO, and Java's the only one sitting pretty on this stock.
Now he was in the orange, now he's turned red, but all like you see the damage he's putting out on Luna as well.
Java.
And Snowy as well! They're both in the orange. Gets the KO off the top. This one going the way of Luna. Fakey over on the edge, but Luna actually completely disengaged. Waited for Fakey to kind of move up just a little bit before going back in with his gauntlets. Now Snowy kind of moving away, kind of running away actually, but all of a sudden moving towards the center of the stage, running from Java only to aggress onto Fakey and almost take that stock. Java completely doing work onto Luna. Luna now on final stocks. It's going to be spawning in fresh, but it's with a 1 next to his name compared to everybody else in the lobby.
Yep, the red team's definitely going to be eyeing Fakey here as he's that one that's down as a side sig. Unarmed is going to take him out. Now Snowy, another thing that's really good about him, really notable about him is his unarmed gameplay. Even if he doesn't have a weapon, he will make sure your stock falls. A lot of times we'll even see him throw his weapon away just to get that extra pressure and trying to make your stock fall. Now Snowy's going to lose his stock there, and then Java is still playing on the second one. That's how the recovery is going to close it off. And we have a basically even game here. Fakey just slightly healthier than Luna. But in this 2v1 scenario, the ground pound is barely going to miss. And now he's in danger. Java taking such a scary option for how healthy his stock was there.
A little bit of friendly fire came
Red
out.
team.
Snowy grabbed the neutral air onto Luna and sent him down, and Java immediately went over. They almost had the chance for the 2v1 combo onto Snowy, but he was able to send Fakey away. Now all of a sudden the red team changing things around. Java now in the 1v2. The turnaround, the D-light into the turnaround neutral air to send Java back into Luna.
What are these combos the red team are making up? Snowy's just in flow state. He doesn't care who he hits. He got the GC in there. I mean, GC downline and instantly just goes, alright, keep going. Push as far as we can. Doesn't matter. It is going to be the red team that takes that one off after a very, very good stock. And you can see Fakey having to take the back end there really deeply. He only did almost 200 damage there for how long his stocks were lasting. And I want to talk about that combo that you were pointing out. They started but dropped. A really selfish option from Java because he was in that mode where it's just like, all right, play back, I have to carry, I'm gonna do what damage I can, and you saw him go for the downlight instead of going for the stair like he usually would. Takes the down air and opting to continue playing by himself, but it does cost him the combo there, and honestly, you could argue the game.
That combo from Snowy, man, that was so sick. Just to turn it around and extend it rather than just taking the one hit and then maybe set up the edge guard that could maybe add more damage or maybe get the stock in the long run. But no, he did such a smart play, high execution coming out from Snowy on this one. And actually Luna and Fakey are immediately over onto the edge, and you see Snowy making his way over, picking up the ground pound in like he got that stock in orange on Fakey, Remy.
The highest, well, I don't know, I think Audience has more, but one of the highest defense characters in the game, in the Kaya, still falling on orange, and that's just the prowess Snowy has on these offstage interactions. Now Luna's finally going to drop his there from that end sig. Really good call out there. There's no combo to be had, but there is a lot of hits going on to Snowy here, and maybe they can grind that stock on, find themselves in a lead here, as Java's still only on the orange of his stock as I say that though.
Oh no!
They're off stage
The
with
second
Snowy. The ground pound's gonna
stock
connect.
loss for the blue team. Snowy falls as well, so I mean in the long run we're at an exactly even game between these two. So that's a good way to come back after 2 heartbreaking early stock losses. Snowy's triple sidelight coming out, missing the third one, but still putting the fear into the other team.
They never expect the third sidelight. After you hit the first 2, he's gonna do 5 more, and you're not gonna be ready for them. He does get out on the third one, and now the red team opting to play stage controller. You get some combos there. So the line Yensig and Java off stage here. It looks like Snowy wants to go off, and it looks like Luna's telling him not to, as Luna just kind of looks at the wall there. Snowy just dances on and off the platform. The false there, the side sig, gonna close off that stock, and the red team playing like a well-oiled machine. This is what you expect from the Chronics, and even though the blue team beat in the tournament the other day, the Summer Championships, this is Trolli. There is more on the line here.
I love that we're seeing, of course, the beautiful team play that we've come to know from Luna and Snowy, but also the individual play, like especially from Snowy. When he has the gauntlets in his hands, he's so scary. But when he also has the cannon in his hands, the cannon grab out, and now Luna over on the edge doesn't even need a weapon.
Wait, Luna is not even gonna let him be
He wants
saved.
to confirm this edge guard. He's gonna fall in the process, but he's going to be spawning in on final stocks fresh compared to Java, who is very much in the red, and Fakey, who are very much in the red.
The ground pound just slightly off, but they're still hunting for it. They know that that was the game-winning play, and now they're just off stage here. One hit from the red team is going to close off either of the stocks. They needed that stock on Snowy, and it did not come through.
I swear, Luna was so close to falling into that D-Sig like 3 different times, and Snowy just kept charging it.
And Light is going to close Java's stock off, and the weapon throw is going to take away options. Double weapon throw. It's going to be game 2.
He's trying to get a little cheeky with that GCD sig over on the edge. Because I think he might have ended up falling if that game wasn't ended. But of course it was, because Luna was there to clean it up. 589 damage coming out from Luna, 4 KOs as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, like, you'd look at 397 and be like, okay, Luna did most of the work that game. But a lot of that was off the back of, like, Snowy picking up an orange KO, which Luna also picked up. But Snowy's ability to take early stocks with the cannon on the edge, with the gauntlets on the edge as well. Like, even if Luna wasn't playing cross, I love the Onyx. I love the individual responsibilities that Snowy is able to do with the Onyx.
So much value out of the character, especially if you can get those early knockouts, and if you can hold your stock right. Getting knocked out on orange is so damaging when you have a whole 8 or 7 of your stats into one category. Like, if your entire thing is don't get knocked out, and the first thing you do as soon as you hit yellow or orange is get knocked out, maybe it's time to pick up the Jala as well and put those points somewhere else, right? But going into this third game here, we are going to need something to change, right, from the blue team, because their gameplay has been falling apart. We're not seeing the combos come out that we usually do. The red team also had a restart there. Fakey and Luna both opted to restart there, so they're both coming into this on a fresh client. There's no excuses to be had. The blue team can't afford any excuses because it's their tournament point as well.
Red team is just looking like they're in complete control in this set. And keep in mind, last time they fought in this tournament, in the winners finals, it went all the way to a game 5. But they're already up 2-0, and you know, if I was a betting man, I'd be willing to bet that there is a serious potential for a 3-0 from Snowy and Luna. No reset on the cards whatsoever. Luna might be taken out early, though. He didn't actually get the touch. That down air sent him away, and he's going to end up falling there. I changed my mind. I didn't mean it.
Remind me never to go gambling with Sparky. I'll never gamble after that.
Trust me. No, I got a system. Book. Every gambler quits right before they're about to hit it big. Trust me.
Alright, so you're about to bet again after seeing Snowy also fall in the orange there, and the team combo coming out onto Luna. The blue team has so much value here to work with. That restart from Fakey must have done wonders, because he's the one on the third stock now.
Yo.
He's the one taking the lead and playing forward.
Yo.
And as I say that,
But imagine they come back and I look like a genius. That would be crazy. Yo, it might happen. It might happen, Remy. It might happen.
Wait, I'm going to bet
I'm a genius.
Vegas trip.
I told you I have a system. I told you, next time they talk about the Sparky curse, you can tell them. It's not real.
I was there to watch Sparky predict greatness, and we instantly took our trip to the casino after, and we made millions and millions of mammoth coins back to back as Java almost falls on his last stock there.
I'm telling you, man, I'm dangerously close to getting it twisted here. You will change your life. Okay, is Snowy going to be able to get back? Of course, he does have cannon side air. Great down air from Fakey. And still able to get over. Great pressure relief coming out from Luna. Oh, Fakey tried to turn it around instead of just continuing the combo onto Luna. He expected Snowy coming in, tried to hit him with the down air. Didn't quite make a connection.
Ooh, Fakey going for the double there, knowing that he has that dodge, but he actually, well, thinking he had the dodge, but he didn't. Now Fakey is gonna lose that stock, and Luna with the fall is gonna take his too.
What I say,
now,
Remy? What I say?
I apologize.
Tell him.
I apologize. I didn't know your stories. Your stories they told of you were not in good faith. They weren't good stories, but now I'm seeing them here. I'm seeing your wishes, your dreams, your bets come through, and Luna and Snowy might just close this off here with a
I don't know.
3-0.
Uh-oh, I take it back.
Fakey, he wants it bad. He wants this 1v1, but he's not gonna get it. The combos coming through
so
the NSIG off the top.
They're so good. Luna and Snowy in a 3-0 fashion are your Trolli League Brawlhalla Bash 2v2 champions.
Now, can we talk about that restart from Fakey? Now, that restart from Fakey, all well and good. You know, he had to take a little second for himself and get his client up to date. He came back and started dropping 500 a game, but something happened to Java because he started dropping low numbers. And we can't have that happening. But, like you were saying, the red team just playing like a well-oiled machine, taking advantage of every single situation here, and we're in this replay alone. Look at this edge guard from the both of them, sending the opponent back to back to back, and then Luna going deep to close it off. Just insanely good work from the red team, and that's why they're your champions here today.
Those edge guards over on the right side were huge. That 2v1 combo that they hit at the end, the fact, like, they were so spread vertically for them to perfectly find connections there. Like, that's not really a combo that you really practice, where like, oh, I'm gonna be right here, you're gonna be right here, I'm gonna hit my neutral light and send them over into you, you're gonna hit your neutral light. Like, no, that's one of those improvisational combos that you really only hit when you know yourself, you know your legend, you know the capabilities of both weapons that you have, you know your teammate, you know your teammate's legends and all of the capabilities that their legend has. Just Luna and Snowy showing calculated destruction at the end of that game. They wanted revenge for the Summer Championship.
They wanted revenge for the Summer Championship, and they wanted to prove that that 3-2, that close set, was also a fluke. Taking a dominant 3-0 there just shows how adaptive that team is, right? Because we just saw them, like we said, close set against those guys. It's not like they had a flawless tournament, but when it came down to it, when it came down to the grand finals, they were the ones to take it off cleanly. And it's just amazing work. We're gonna see them both again soon, though, tomorrow in the Trolli 1v1 part of this tournament, right? Sparky, tell them about the 1v1s, tell them about what's gonna happen tomorrow, because we're not just done with the action today.
Make sure to come back tomorrow. Twitch.tv/NSIGofficial. You're there right now, so it's easy. Make sure to hit that follow button. While you're down there, you know what? Hit the subscribe as well. Hey, any primers? Any primers out there? Maybe drop your Twitch Prime. It might have rolled over and you actually are sitting on a Prime right now. Make sure to use it right here, because tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern, same time, same place, the 1v1 portion of the League Trolli Brawlhalla Bash, brought to you in part by Trolli, Brawlhalla, NSIG Brawls, Bearded Brawls, Sandwick, Slow Motion. I think I got all the names there.
Contrast is going to be really sad you forgot about him, but it's just because he's a forgettable guy. It's just what it is.
It's just, look, I didn't mean it. That wasn't in the list of the names that they told me to talk about, so I didn't include it here. Like, look, I see you.
I wasn't gonna mention it. I'm fine with it. This is all good. We can close. Honestly, I'm good with it. Just leave him out.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful night. Thank you to Luna Snowy congrats to Luna Snowy for their victory. Congrats to all of our top 8, the Boomy Sands from the Truck Stop Burritos, Megdy and Balloon Boy coming out, Cody Faison, all those big names.
Hold on, Mowgli, Brawlhalla OG, you can't forget them either.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mowgli, Brawlhalla OG, Pugsy, Wubs. We got everyone, right? Java Fakey, don't forget the second placers. Thank them all. Congrats to them all. Enjoy your Trolli packages that will be coming your way. And make sure if you want your chance at a Trolli package, you sign up tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're heading down lower to the top 16, getting those packages. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun stuff, and I can't wait.
I can't wait. We'll see you tomorrow.
Target to prioritize. If they can take out Dangerous Game off the side here again, and he will fall the same way.
Web's going to have to get some pressure off of Java. Java taking covered. So Sandstorm moving the same through the and they have knocked him off of it.
actually by crazy from so people are realizing
what situation, but the Rainman is floating around this map, making it really hard. Blue Floyd out of here.
that's dangerous.
Brawlhalla is waiting, but he's gonna get the reversal with the dare. Moving going forward. Got the kill.
Room to make up for what's happened, but the end sig is beautiful, Balloon Boy, but just managed to touch the dive kick.
There you go, he's got it, he got it.
He's on Wolston coming in, gets caught with a sidelight. He actually is gonna fall
before getting knocked out, and meanwhile on the other side, Fakey will do a bunch of damage, and then you'll have those games where they
recovery, because that's how you're gonna get an early knockout. And as I say that, an early knockout comes back on the Java.
And they're gonna
Fakey.
get notorious ones. So if you start off a game with a lead, he charged that one up.
You're not gonna get it by the weapon throw. I know exactly where you have to go, the down air to confirm, and like you said, using that Sox here, opening. It looks like both of them are gonna take a fall here. Yep. Now downline that gets the ground pound off. Absolutely wild. Now coming into this game, they've wait.
Just a little bit early. That gave Pugsy the room to get over, touch the wall, but that ground pound.
By what look did he coded?
Yes.
Doesn't matter too much. Downline.
Down on Luna as well.
Java.
And Snowy as well. They're both in the orange.
Yes, he got the GC there. I mean, GC downline and instantly just goes, all right, go.
Kept charging it.
And Light is gonna close Java.
That we've come to know from Luna and Snowy, but also the individual play. I guess
wants this 1v1, but he's not gonna get it. The combos coming through
so
the end sig off the top.
They're so good. Luna and Snowy in a 3-0 fashion are your Trolli League Brawlhalla Bash 2v2 champions.
Now, can we talk about that restart from Fakey? Now, that restart from Fakey, all well and good. You know, he had to take a little